about what it done for me, I get glad. Yes, I am. When I rose this morning, I had heaven on my mind. When I got out of my bed this morning, I looked around and everybody was doing fine. Went down to the house of the Lord, just to wave my hand. I heard the choir singing, preacher was preaching, people were being saved all around. That made me glad to be in the service. Oh, that made me glad, oh Lord, be in the service. If you feel like I feel, you want to be glad. Yeah. Come on in for a minute. And the reason I'm glad I can still wave my hand when I think about what he done for me. I think about how he saved my soul. When I come to the house of the Lord, I want to give him the praise. If you feel like I feel him, you want to tell somebody, oh, I'm so glad. Oh, I'm glad to be in God's service. I'm mighty thankful, Lord. Anybody here glad other than me? All right. Hello and welcome to the Isaac Lindsey Network. It is a blessing to have you with us on, what is this, Friday, January the 26th. And I'm blessed today because I have a guest co-host on the Isaac Lindsey Network tonight. And it is the infamous Mr. Jonas Q. Ross. What's going on, Jonas Q?
Man, what's up, man? I'm living and maintaining, fighting a good fight, and I'm winning.
I heard that, man. Well, it's good to have you with us tonight. And let me just say publicly thank you for helping me with my podcast and these, as the old folks say, all these new gadgets and stuff, man. Um, I feel like my granddaddy used to feel when I used to have to show him how to work his phone and all this
Mhm.
stuff.
Yes, sir, Doc. Yes, sir.
But we sure appreciate you. It's a lot of stuff coming up, man. A lot of great events. What's your
Man, it's
schedule
so.
like this weekend?
This weekend, I'm off, man. I was supposed to be in Pine Bluff helping out a friend of mine, but I'm off. It's good to be off. I ain't complaining about it. It's good to be off. So, I'm just probably, I may go check out the Sons of God, Gospel Thunder,
Okay,
tomorrow night. Other than that, I'll be, if I don't go there, I'll be at home chilling.
I heard that. Now, where is that going to be?
It's gonna be in Greenwood. I'm not sure about the. No, yes, I do. Haywood Chapel,
Okay,
at the new location. That's where it's gonna be.
with
Yeah,
Pastor Vicky West. Is she back
that's
from
right.
Guatemala yet?
I think she was flying in today, coming back. I think so. I think
I
so.
gotta
She
tell
may
her
be back.
she's a worldwide preacher now. In fact, she was at my anniversary when a friend of mine prophesied to her that this was going to be the year that she would be able to travel and minister around the world. So
That's right.
I've seen that prophecy come to pass right before my eyes.
Yeah. So I can officially call her a cosmopolite, a world
That's right.
traveler.
All right,
Yeah.
man. And I know that you're planning to be a part of the Ecclesia. You've been doing a lot
Mm-hmm.
of the graphics and things, working with them already. And um, it's going to be big. It's going to be a great event this year. Are you excited about that?
I'm so excited because it's something's gonna take place very different this year. It'll still be the showcase, but something else is getting ready to happen each night or each day. There's going to be some preaching going on, so that I'm excited about that because Oftentimes, people say, well, quartet singers, they ain't going to church nowhere. But I believe this one here will be the difference. And it'll give us another avenue, a different look on what we're supposed to do as artists, uh, Christian community, and quartet lovers.
That's right, man. What's up, Chubbs Morton? Thanks for coming on, man. I'm learning some new equipment, so and Mr. Jonas Q Ross is my trainer tonight. So thank you for coming on and being a part of the show. Now,
Yeah.
Jonas, talking about the Ecclesiae, that Friday night, man, Friday night, it
Hmm.
kicks off with Pastor Darrell Pettis, and for the first time ever,
That's right.
they're going to be serving Holy Communion
That's right. That's right.
during this service, and they have an all-star lineup of different groups that are going to be performing. Can you see those?
I can most
All right,
definitely.
tell us about 'em.
I can see them in my sleep because I did the
You
work,
did the
so I can see
flyer.
it in my yeah, I can see it in my sleep.
Look
But
at
listen,
that.
man, on this event, you're gonna have Brother Jerome and his group, his family group, the hard hitting expressions of faith. Listen here, Bishop Neil Roberson will be there as well. Dedicated Souls, Patrick Hollis and United, and then Men of Praise will be there as well. So we're in for a treat on that Thursday night. Thursday night is normally our short night, but I think this gonna last a little a little while longer. But it's power packed. I put it that way. It's power
Oh,
packed, most definitely.
absolutely. Now, listen, y'all. If you're just coming on, be sure to like, tag, and share this video. We're going to be talking about several events that are happening. I'm Isaac Lindsey, and Jonas Q. Ross is my special guest. But the next event that I want to talk about, Jonas, is the Friday morning event. Friday morning, Deacon Dr. Harvey Watkins Jr. has pulled out the stops and brought in some of the best groups and one of the most talented singers of this generation, talented artists, and a great preacher. Tell us about what's going on Friday.
Listen again, Friday morning. You cannot beat the little preacher. I don't care how you try it. You can't beat him singing, and you can't beat him preaching. And I just believe if he bring his mama with him, ain't no stopping if his mama
Boy,
come. But
wouldn't that be something?
look, but listen, I'm excited about that as well. Even just to be a part of the Ecclesia Showcase. I've been coming. They've been in the game like 22 years or something like that, and I've been coming about 18 of them. So, and I just know each year gets greater and greater. With even with the lineup, Randy Cooper, he shocked us last year. I think last year was the eye opener for different sounds of quartet because we had Brother Yeah Boy with the talk box, and
Hmm.
then Randy came with the talk box as well with his styles of quartet music. So I think we're just in for a treat all the way around, man. Listen here, and I think for the very first time, Flossie Boyd Johnson, good God Almighty, in favor is coming to
Look, all
Jacksonville.
I need to hear her sing is "Fight for Me." That's my cut. Hey, she shouts me when I play it on the radio sometimes.
Doc, I can't take it. And then if she go there, prayer will change things, and you just can't beat her. She just in a league of her own. And then my hometown boys, Redeemed out of Greenville, Mississippi, will be a part of it. Listen, and also the hard hitting Mary Glover. She's one of those underrated singers. You can't beat Mary Glover singing. I'm just one of the
Absolutely,
ones. You can't beat her singing. She just got it, and I think the industry needs to start paying attention to people like Mary Glover. And then my friend and brother Josh Miles is on as well. So each day, and
and
then
your
each
hometown
day,
group Redeemed is going to be there as well,
yeah,
right?
redeemed. I said my brother's redeemed.
Okay.
I was privileged to journey with them on the road for about that's about 3 or 4 years. So I'm just happy to be there. Favor ain't fair, but it sure does feel good. Good God Almighty.
Yes,
So
sir,
we
Doc.
we and then also on that event too will be Sean Brown and the boys will be on that Friday morning event as well. So hey,
Oh well, it's going
if
to be some driving in that house, man.
like I said, even last year, man, it got so big that Dwayne Watkins came to the stage. Billy Voss grabbed my mic. So when Sean Brown them got through, good God Almighty, it was pandemonium for real, most
Yes,
definitely.
sir. Yes, sir. All right. Well, then on that of course, Friday night is a concert, and just
Hmm.
get ready because everybody that's somebody is going to be coming. Friday night is usually one of the bigger nights because that's when a lot of people arrive. And
That's right.
Friday night is, I can tell y'all now, it's when we stay there sometime till 6 in the morning. So bring your
Yeah.
lunch, your dinner,
Yeah.
and your breakfast.
Well, I know where I'll be at about 1:30, 1:45. I'm
you you
moving
go
on up.
you going on to the room?
Doc, I'm going to my room, man, because I got to be back down for that morning. So yeah,
That's
I ain't
right. That's
making
right.
it.
All right,
And
and then something special is also happening on Saturday
hmm
morning, which is normally the morning that we celebrate women at the
that's right.
Ecclesia, and
That's right.
it's the Gospel according to Chicago
Shot
this
time.
time. And my sister Cynthia Chapman from C Chat
Hmm.
Productions is the sponsor of this great event. The colors for the ladies are silver and white. And then one of God's most anointed preachers and singers, she is one of the lead singers of the Douglas Singers, and she
That's
is
right.
also an associate minister at New Greater True Light Missionary
Hmm.
Baptist Church in the Windy City of Chicago under the leadership of her father in law,
That's
Pastor
right.
Robert L. Lockett. And that's Minister Keisha Lockett. That girl can
Hmm.
sing, but she can also preach,
She can
Jonas.
also preach, and I
Are
want
you?
to salute her. She's now pastor
That's
Keisha Lockett. Yeah,
look
so I
out.
want to salute her in her elevation process in everything that she do. So Pastor Keisha Lockett is going to bring a word on that Saturday morning. This at 9 a.m. So yeah, I gotta be back in the bed, Lindsay, by 1:45. I gotta be
Right. And Jonas, then my godmother, and I can say one of our boss ladies, the
boss
owner
lady.
of
That's right.
WAGR in Lexington and
Hmm.
WXTN in Benton, and she is an on-air personality in Chicago at Inspiration 1390,
That's right.
Chicago's #1 gospel station, and she promotes the biggest quartet event annually in Chicago. And this year it's in its 36 years. So she's been doing what she
Wow.
does a long time. And that is Sister Kathy Lockett. She's going to be hosting the event. And
That's right. That's right.
that's going to be special in itself. And you got to be a special person to get
Mhm.
Kathy Lockett to leave her office during tax season.
Come on now. Come on now. I
So
I and I just believe you probably have a laptop somewhere around or still trying to
listen,
conduct
Doc,
business.
um, tax season is a money season, so she'll tell
Hmm.
anybody, I don't go nowhere during this time of the year, Reverend Liz. But our good friend, Dr. Harvey Watkins Jr., was able to convince her to come, and
That's right. That's right.
Cynthia Chapman was able to get her to come and host this great event. So we're going to be excited about seeing her at the Ecclesia
Hmm.
Showcase Extravaganza. And
That's
then
right.
they also have the Earthen Vessels that are
That's
going to
right.
be there, the Anointed Ones, and they're going to be introducing Promise Keepers. That's the name of the group, Promise
Hmm.
Keepers, and Exalted from Chicago.
That's right.
Two of the newest groups from the Chicago area, but
That's right.
Lil Harry is the lead singer of Promise Keepers, and
Promise
everybody
keep right.
knows Lil Harry from the Victory Travelers. So even though they're new, they're not new.
Right.
Because
Right.
even his background singers are seasoned singers that have sung and that sing with other groups and choirs. So they're going to be a special group that we'll see during the Ecclesia Showcase
That's
Extravaganza.
right.
And
That's
then,
right.
Jonas, the next event that we're going to get
Let,
ready
let, let's
for.
let's do this. Let's
Mhm.
do this. The earthen vessels are also the family of the exciting holy sons out of
That's
Chicago. So
right.
a lot of people don't know that, but they are the family and the mothers and the aunties of
Uh-huh.
the exciting holy sons of out of Chicago as well. Yeah.
And they can
Oh,
sing. They can,
oh yes,
that's
Lord Jesus.
They're one of those untapped talents, as they
Hmm.
say, unsung heroes.
That's right. That's
So it's
right.
going to be awesome. And then the next event, Jonas, well, of course, Friday night, there's going to be a concert, and y'all can just get ready because Friday night is our long night.
The long, the
So
long night.
get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Saturday
Right.
morning, of course, the gospel according to Chicago. And then on Saturday afternoon, after the gospel according to Chicago, Jonas, the
Man,
Ecclesia
listen,
Showcase Extravaganza and Dr. Harvey Watkins
listen,
Jr. have put together the Legacy Concert.
listen here. That ain't nothing but but a whole lot of trouble on one card. That's you can't. You just got to be in the room. It's just hard.
You almost could,
Somebody was calling me,
okay,
but you have to be in the room because listen here. When you have a legendary group such as the Jackson Southerners, listen, you can't touch them. And then you got the legendary Spencer Taylor. These are legendary groups. These are groups that have paved the way for us to do what we do.
right.
And then the legacy continues with Willie Banks Jr. and the Messengers. And I'm elated. It's just so good to see Charles, Willie, and Michael and the rest of the guys back together to maintain the legacy of the late but great Willie Banks of the Messengers. So listen, man, we
And
still
Jonas, man, you were in Utica. You were in
and
Utica,
right.
man, when Willie Banks
Mhm.
Jr. made his debut
Yeah,
with the Messengers, man. And I'll tell
yeah,
anybody, it was a magical moment in Utica,
yeah.
being in Willie Banks' hometown. Well, actually, Raymond. We were in Raymond. I'm sorry.
Raymond.
Yeah, we were in Raymond, Mississippi. Willie Banks' hometown. And for the first time, Willie Banks Jr. performed with his dad's group. And man,
Hmm.
anybody that was there can tell you it was almost like looking at Willie Banks Sr. with his group in that place. And I got to mess with Miss Evans. Miss Evans walked down into the stage and she said,
I can't look
"I
at it.
can't look at him. I can't look at him." She gonna
She
get
said,
me when she
she
see
said,
me, man.
she said, I can't look at him. He look too much like his dad. I said, Lord have mercy. And then, man, listen here. For I do know, man, when he brought that chair out for
Hey,
sitting there thinking,
hey,
Doc,
Jonas. Now I'm gonna tell you the funny part on that part. I don't know if you remember. Well, yeah, you heard it because when we were standing right there by the stage together.
mm-hmm.
When they set that chair on stage, it was a man that hollered in the audience. He said, "Uh-oh,
Oh, oh.
hey man."
Doc,
And I tell
Doc.
anybody when Willie Banks Jr. sat down in that chair, and when
Ah,
he said the words, I'm
yeah.
sitting there thinking, "Hey man,
Mhm.
that
Get
place went up."
grown men was drinking tears for water, Doc. Grown
Yes, sir,
men was in
Doc.
there just crying. Cause guess what? I was one of them just drinking
Hey,
tears of water, man.
I'm gonna tell you something I
Seriously.
did the very that same night. I called Miss Lockett that night. I said, "Hey, Miss Kathy, we got to bring Willie Banks Jr. and the Messengers to the Mother's Day Bowl." I said,
Mm.
man, I just saw that man do something tonight that I hadn't seen in a long time. I said,
Wow.
and that's grown men and ladies laid out in the floor. I hadn't seen folks shout. I'm serious. I ain't seen folks shout like that
It
in
was it,
probably
it
10 or
was
15
crazy.
years.
It was crazy for real. Most definitely crazy. Me, oh, I said, oh, Lord, forgive me. One Lord. I said, man, these grown men in here crying. I'm like weeping like babies, man. Good God Almighty! But I'm
Yes,
I'm
sir,
I'm
Doc.
honored even to experience the legacy of the messengers again, and then we get a double dose because Pastor Tim gets to sing at this point. Good God Almighty! So we just
Yes, sir.
it's just good. Then the legendary singing stars. This is their second time being a
And
part of.
And listen, Doc, I've
Huh?
been traveling with that group a long time. When I was with the Windy
Mhm.
City Spiritual Airs, in fact, Tommy Ellison and the Singing Stars did a version of our hit song called "Prove It,"
Prove
and
it. That's right.
we used to tour with them, man. And Jonas, they used to call Tommy Ellison, the Carolina superstar. Now, I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you ever had a chance to see him in his element in the Carolinas. Now, he might come to Chicago, and you might
Right.
get in the house on him a little bit. You
Mm-hmm.
might, you might go to DC. You might get in a little bit. You might be in New York and get in a little bit. But
You
anywhere in
ain't
them
gonna dump on the
Carolinas,
Carolina.
Doc,
You ain't gonna
I
dump
used
on
to,
them. You ain't gonna
I
dump.
used to say, "Oh, here come them jokers with them running guitars, man." Hey, every night, Tommy used to
Yeah.
kick our boy, Doc.
Yeah. I can only imagine. And then here's the thing. He did it with the most simplest, the simple song. Anyhow,
Yes,
my
sir,
Lord.
Doc.
He did it with,
And
he ain't had to drop
closer,
it
and
close.
and when he by the time he get the Holy Ghost, Doc, it's over with now.
It's over. Them folk all over the place. All over the place, man.
And them
But so
jokers
but
running and jumping with them guitars.
mhm.
That's what couldn't nobody compete with. They couldn't
Right.
compete
And
with
it
them jokes. Look, with them Jerry curl
with them
and
Jerry
them
curls
white
and afro.
shoes on.
Yes, Tic Tac shoes, what I call it. They had them Tic Tacs on that.
Yes, sir, Doc.
Ooh, so we're in for a treat, man. That the Ecclesia Showcase is pulling out all the stops this year, man. It just don't get no greater. Now this event, this legacy concert, it's it's um it's an admission. It's an admission. The VIP is $55 for preferred seating and a goodie bag, and I think the other admission is 35 at the door. Listen here, it also will be virtually. So we're setting it up to be done virtually. So for those that can't make the showcase for this particular concert, you had to pay. I think you had to pay some fee. I can't remember what they said, but it'll be done
$15.
virtually.
It's $15 for the virtual.
$15. Okay, okay, $15 for the virtual concert of this legacy concert. The Echo Airs on it as well. Just can't leave my brothers out, and also Pastor Maurice Yancey is on it as well. So hey, and then it's
Hey, and
hosted
listen,
by two
Spencer Taylor and
icons.
the Highway QCs, Jonas. We can't forget about them. They've got a
Yeah,
new
yeah.
single.
I talk about them. I talk about them with the Southern ass. I, we were brought up. I know I was brought up on these kind of groups. But listen here, and then I was brought up by two legendary MCs that's going to host this Montana. You can't miss it. You can't miss it. Dr. Isaac Lindsey and the legendary Larry Armstrong. So that's just legendary with all in itself. Listen, two powerful MCs that have been trailblazers in gospel music. They're legendary in radio, and then just to be piled with some legendary groups on this event. Hey, that Saturday afternoon, if you can't make nothing else, I just recommend you make Saturday afternoon from 2 to 5, and we're gonna try to move as expeditiously as we possibly can because we know we had to get back into the showcase side of it. So yeah, we in for a treat, man. Good God Almighty,
Yes,
we just
sir,
in for a
Doc.
treat.
I'm excited even to be hosting with Brother Larry Armstrong. When I
Mm-hmm.
um, when I was a little boy, I can remember my mom's in the next room. But when I was a little boy, Larry used to come on Channel 12
Mm-hmm.
WJTV every
We used to
Sunday
get it here.
morning at
Mm-hmm.
7:30. And he was also on the radio, so I would hear him on the radio. I would also watch him every Sunday on television. And I can
Mm-hmm.
remember telling my mama, one day I'm gonna be on TV just like that man, ma. And she said, "You are." She said, "How you?" She said, "How you know that?" I said, "I just know it. One day I'm gonna be on TV just like that
Wow.
man."
Wow. Yeah.
And Jonas,
And
I was
it-
able, actually, before I even got out of college, my first television assignment was WLBT. I did my internship at WLBT TV3,
mhm.
and that's when we created Praise in the House, the Isaac Lindsey TV show. But I also started in radio at 14, and I was able to always pattern my show and style kind of after Larry. And even when I started out MCing, I used to try to pattern myself like, hey, but Larry is too eccentric. I can't do all this
His
stuff Larry do, man.
the
So
voice alone, and I'm
right.
gonna say this. I'm gonna say this openly. We were in Jackson. We did a show in Jackson. Were you there? I don't know if you were at this show, but the Christian Ave on this show.
Uh-huh.
So they had another MC there. The other MC was just dying. He was dying a horrible death. So what it was that it was some kind of way. Our friend and brother Larry Armstrong made his way to that front.
Hmm.
And then when Larry came to the front, their program took a whole different turn, man, because it's just something about the legendary Larry. It's just something he just got it.
Hey man, Larry mess around and shout you introducing the group.
Yeah, man. He got there and shifted that whole program. And ain't said all he said was wow, wow, wow. That's all he said. That
That's
was
him,
it.
Doc. Well, look, I'm telling you, I'm excited to be sharing the same stage with him, and that's just an instance of you can speak those things that are not as though they were, because now not only have I been able to see it manifest to where I'm on television, and have
Hmm.
done TV shows, and am able to do a lot of the things that I said as a child I would do. Now I even work at the same station, one of the stations that I am a part of, which is 90.1 FM WMPR in Jackson. Larry and I are now even co-workers. So, man, who would have ever thought that as a child saying, one day I'm gonna be on TV like that, man, God would make it possible for me not only to see that come into fruition, but also be one of his co-workers. And I always honor him as definitely being one of my mentors. And that picture that's on that flyer, that was actually a shot that was taken off of one of my TV shows.
Your show.
Yeah, one of my TV tapings. So I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful to be sharing with all of these legends. Huey Williams and the Jackson Southern Airs. Jackson Southern Airs are the first group that I ever booked. In fact, the way I started promoting concerts is kind of connected to the Ecclesiae because Mr. Roy Wooten, who was the husband of Miss Esther Wooten, the late husband of Esther Wooten, and Frank Williams came to WXTN, the AM station. We didn't have
Hmm.
WAGR at the time, but it was the most popular station in my hometown. And they were promoting the "It's Hard to Stumble When You're on Your Knees" album.
Hmm.
I think the album was called Power Packed, but it had
Power back. It was.
yeah, He Will Make a Way. It's hard to stumble when you're on your knees. I want to go where the
Power.
thunder don't roll. Now
Hmm.
that's not the one Power was on. This is before Power, but that's the
Okay. Okay.
project. Yeah, this that's the project that they were
Okay.
promoting. But I remember the songs I used to play was "I Want to Go
Hmm.
Where the Thunder Don't Roll." It's hard to stumble when you're on your knees, and He Will Make a Way.
That's right.
Those were the popular songs on that project. And man, it got so hot until they came back and they were releasing the Williams brothers. Frank and Roy rode together both times. And the second time they came back, they brought me the Williams brothers project with the GOAT, Sweep Around Your Own Front Door.
Mm.
What was the other? God Will Deliver.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
that was a record that got hot real quick. So Frank said to me, "Hey man, why don't you set up an album release?" I said, "I've never done." He said, you don't do concerts?" I said, "No, sir. I'm 14. No, I was 15. I was 15 years old at the time, Jones." I said, "No, I've never done a concert." And this is what Frank said. Frank said, "Well, I tell you what." He said, "If you book the building and you take care of the advertising, we'll bring the groups and we'll just do an even split of whatever comes in." So my very first concert, the way I promoted my very first concert, it wasn't no contracts. It wasn't.
Hmm.
I ain't have to get no rooms. I ain't have to meet no
Yeah.
demands. But Frank Williams said, "Book the building. You take care of the advertising. We're gonna bring the Jackson Southern Airs and the Williams brothers, and any other. If you want to get a couple of opening groups, find two opening groups to open, and we'll have a concert." And that's how I started, man. And
Mm.
unfortunately, Jonas, I'll never. None of us will ever forget that day, because my first concert was on the day that Pop Williams died. So
Yeah.
it was
Wow.
a great event, but it was also a kind of somber event. But
Hmm.
the Williams brothers and Jackson Southern Airs have been connected to my ministry from the beginning, and even Roy Wooten, because see, people forget about Roy, but back in the day, especially in the heyday of quartet, the
Hmm.
way we got our music, it wasn't through MP3s and email.
Hmm.
But Roy Wooten and Frank and whoever else from Malico and all the other
Right.
record companies, they would actually come to the station and bring the record, or the artist would bring the
Or
record.
the artist, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and do interviews, and that's kind of how we started. And the Ecclesia was birthed out of Roy doing promotions at Malico. So
Mm-hmm.
he was known as Mr. Malico because
Mr.
he
Malachi.
was the face of the company, especially in the Black quartet community. And he and his wife also used to book a lot of the artists that were on Malico. And even before Esther started the Ecclesia booking agency, you might not remember. You might look. I'm talking like, oh man, now you might be too young to remember this, but before it was an Ecclesia, they used to have a company called On Tour Bookings, and it was Esther, Sharon Mannery, Jerry Mannery's wife,
Jeremy.
and
Okay.
Katrina Williams, Frank Williams' wife, and the entire Malaco gospel roster. The only way you could get the Mississippi Mass Choir, Jackson Southern Ass, and any of those groups that were on Malaco was you had to go through on tour booking. So
Wow.
once they went their separate ways, that's when Miss Esther started Ecclesia, and that's how the Ecclesia showcase was also birthed, from her just showcasing her groups and giving younger artists a chance. So man, I'm so grateful that after all these years, I've been able to stay connected to the quartet industry that I started in at 15 years old. And um, you know, it's been a lot of groups that we've seen come and
Yeah,
go, but
that's right.
it's amazing to see Huey Williams, to
Yeah.
see Spencer Taylor
Mm-hmm.
stand there and sing like they were singing 36 years ago when I started.
That's right. That's
And
right.
and every time I see Huey, I tell him, I said, man, I don't know what kind of water you drinking, Doc, because
That was my
it looked like you
that's my
getting younger instead of getting older.
that's my thing for all of them. Because here's my thing: them Williams, the sisters and the brothers, it's got to be in the coon or something. I guess we got to start eating some coon and 'cause
Now
they don't
you
they
do
don't.
know
I ain't
Huey
god
is an
dang.
avid hunter now, and he will kill anything down there
I
in the
already
woods.
know. Already know. Already know. Yeah.
So he's gonna be there, man, and Spencer Taylor and the Highway QCs, and then Willie Banks Jr. and the Messengers, and that's kind of like a Malaco
A Malaco thing. Exactly. Mhm.
reunion right there,
Yeah.
just with
Yeah.
those three groups, and then man, and then what we can say the legendary Singing Stars now because. Even though Tommy Ellison and the Singing Stars used to record on Air, guess who
Yeah.
owns Air Records now?
Malaco got
Malaco.
the catalog. Malaco got the catalog.
So they got the
They got everything.
catalog, and then it's good to see these young groups that are on there with them as well. Pastor Tim Rogers and the Echo Airs, another group that, and I say the Echo Airs are one of the most underrated groups in
They are.
quartet, man. But
Yeah, they
those
are.
guys can sing. They have a powerful anointing, and every time I've seen them, you know, they have always been very impressive
Hmm.
on stage and have a special anointing that they carry when they sing, man. So I'm
Right.
excited. I'm excited about
Me
that great
too.
event. And
Me too.
we know that Saturday night will be the closing night.
Yeah.
But everybody that's somebody is going to be in that great event as
In the
well.
room.
And you need to make plans to be with us at
Hmm.
the Ecclesia Showcase Extravaganza.
Yeah.
The dates again are February the 29th. This
29th.
is a
That's right.
leap year. So February 29th through March the 2nd. And the event is going to be hosted by Dr. Harvey Watkins Jr., Bishop Neil Roberson, Brother Jonas Q. Ross is going to be doing some hosting as well. I'll be there doing some hosting, and some of your favorite announcers from all around the country are going to be a part of this great event. Now,
That's right.
you need to make plans to be a part of this great event. Um, Jonas, who do you think is going to be um, in the lineup for showcase winners this year? You know, it's so many young and up and coming
Yeah.
groups, and
God.
we've seen a lot of surprises over the years of groups who have gotten their launching pad, or they were got their boost, I'll say, at the Ecclesia
Yeah.
Showcase. So, who are some of the groups that we should watch this year?
Well, I know from last year, Meant by God shook the room. They won last year.
Okay.
Not Meant by God, Sent by God from East St. Louis. When I tell you, they wrecked each night that they sang. They were clean. They sounded good. They were prompt on time.
Hmm.
And that plays a big part in it too. But they just did. They were precise with everything they did. It's so many young and up and coming groups. It's just hard to name them. It's a lot of them. I don't know if Men Are Prayed. They're not in the category to be judged. I don't. I think we need. I need to get that list of who's on to be judged. But I
Hmm.
do know this. Tim Fryson gonna be there as far as a solo artist, and
Okay.
and then Stephon Hughes gonna be a solo artist. So both of them, they know their tracks, Doc. And I'm just, they know their tracks, and so it's just a hard thing to even talk about, man. Like I said, it's so many young and up and coming groups, and I shared with somebody on tonight in the interview process. I was just saying that a lot of our young and up and coming groups feel as if the showcase or the conventions or whatever aren't feasible for them. It's not worth it for them to go. But I think anytime you invest in yourself, it's always a good time too. It's always a greater time or a greater way for you to expose yourself because you just never know who's in the room. Because Wes Craven was in the room one year. Wes Morgan, Wes Craven. Wes Morgan was in the room one year. Thinking about a
Hey,
doggone movie.
Hey, let me say, Wes Craven, you've been watching some Tales from the Crypt, ain't you, buddy?
Yeah, man. Wes, Wes Morgan was in the room one year. Bobby Jones was in the room one year. Marvin Sapp was in the room one year. So you just never know who's gonna be there and who's looking to find that right niche. You just never know because here's the thing: a lot of those artists have started to branch off into the traditional quote unquote quartet sound. So you just may be who they looking for to even open up to. You just never know. So I just think if you're gonna do it, just come on in and just do it. Register
Absolutely.
so you're gonna get in there.
That's right.
Yeah.
And do you know if they still have rooms available or have they sold the hotel
Uh
out yet?
to my knowledge, I think they may have sold. They may have a few left, but don't quote me on that. But I just know they were going pretty fast, and I
Well,
think
if
some
you
then the hotels around the corner and up the street, they were going fast too because people were just booking rooms.
right, yeah,
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna just drive home. I don't live but about 45 minutes away.
45 minutes. Like,
So,
Doc, at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, that 45 minutes gonna look real long, Doc. It's gonna be real long.
hey man, what's
Yeah.
the blues song? I'm too close to home to be getting a room.
Too close to come on, Doc. Dang it, too close to home to get
But
home. Good
listen,
dynamite.
if you all want to book your rooms, they're still available. And you can call 1-601-957-2800.
Mm-hmm.
1-601-957-2800. And the reservation code is ESE 24. And if you need more information about the Ecclesia, you can contact Miss Esther Wooden.
That's right.
And what's her number? You got it right there in front of you. 601-316-1405, I think. I
Let me
did it
make
off the
sure.
top of my head. I'm getting good if I
Yeah, I
did.
think I think you may have it right. I think you might. We don't learn numbers no more. It be in these phones, man.
Hey
Six
man,
one
I
six
was
zero
did I say it right?
601-316-1405. You said it
Yeah,
right.
I said it right. So look,
Mm-hmm.
now I'm gonna tell you the reason I know that number is because I've given it out so much on the air.
Mm-hmm.
Until,
Yeah.
like you say, after you keep doing something long enough, it's in your brain.
Yeah. And
All
then
right,
you got
Joseph.
then here's one more thing I'm gonna say, man. And
Uh-huh.
and people come from everywhere, man. People from California, Washington State. People come from New York, Florida. So promoters and radio personalities come from everywhere. So I'm gonna say this to all the groups that'll go back and watch the playback of this or listening on the radio. Go and uh, register. Be a part of this event. Be a part of Ecclesia Showcase Extravaganza 2024. Hey, you're gonna miss a treat if you ain't gonna be there. Now. I'm gonna tell you.
I
gonna miss
talked
it.
to Ricky DeRay and Al Wash earlier tonight,
Hmm.
and believe it or not, um, they may be a part of the event. If
Okay.
they're not there in person, they're definitely going to be represented, because let me just mention this event, since I'm working
Hmm.
on their promotional team for ALW
Let me run.
Entertainment.
Let me run and get my charger. Oh,
Okay, go
keep it
ahead.
on.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So we want you all to get ready for Mother's Day weekend, which is Friday, May 10th, 7:30 p.m., coming to Jackson, Mississippi, to the Jackson Convention Complex. Get ready for the Mother's Day celebration in Jackson, Mississippi, starring Pastor Shirley Caesar, Pastor Donnie McClurkin, J.J. Hairston, Pastor Mike Jr., and comedian host Small Fire. Tickets are available now at Ticketmaster.com. That is Ticketmaster.com. You can get tickets and join us for the Mother's Day celebration coming to Jackson, Mississippi. Also, get ready, get ready, get ready, as New Wave Gospel Productions proudly presents the world's greatest Mother's Day Gospel Bowl. It's coming to Chicago on Mother's Day, Sunday, May 12th at 4 p.m., the JLM Abundant Life Center in Chicago, Illinois, starring the Canton Spirituals, Doc McKenzie and the highlights, the Bolton Brothers, Jackson Southern Ayers, Willie Banks Jr. and the Messengers, God's Posse, Exciting Holy Sons, Arthur Sudden Gift of Praise, the Victory Travelers, Joanne and the Homineers, the Hoskins family, the Towns Girls, and it'll be hosted by yours truly, Bishop Isaac Lindsey, Evangelist Nelson Larkins, and Minister Tim White. So that's a great, great event that's coming up, and we're looking forward to sharing on Mother's Day. And we hope to see your smiling face in the place. We'll be telling you a lot more about it in days to come, right here on the Isaac Lindsay Network and on our brand of stations. Can you see the comments, Jonas, to see who's on with us on
I can
your
see
phone?
him on my on the phone. I see Mrs. Aura Luckett is on. Tracy Rusin is on. I hope I'm saying her name right. LaShawn Rush is on. Tisha Brown is on. Chubbs. That's all I can see from where I am.
Okay, let me see on my end. I see Nick Chesterfield, Mukia Dean, Sonia Harris, Arizona Gully, Sharon Ward, Freddie Franklin, Fuki Denise, um, Afsar Khan. That sounds like somebody overseas somewhere.
Hmm.
Kezion Hubbard, Nelson, the Sugar Shack Man, Curve. That's you. I know you heard that blues song. I want to go back to the Sugar Shack.
Back to the Sugar Shack. I knew about it.
Nelson Curry, look out now. Gertrude Sanders. Up Jonas, we got Wesley Hill from the Fantastic Violinaires with us, man.
Violin Air. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Letitia, Michelle, Boo Brown, Marvin Wayne, Ice Dog Galloway, Tiffany Anderson, thanks for coming on. Jarrell Davis, J. Nicole Ferguson, Miss Doreen Shavers, that's one of my online
Okay.
members. Maria McCrae, thank you for coming on.
Well, you
Uh,
know what? I see Boss Man. I see Boss Man Mark Ballard. He has come on. That
Mark Ballard, look
Mark
out
Ballard.
now in your Richie Wallace voice.
Yeah, that's Mark Ballard. Mr. Mark Sand Records. That's who that is. He wouldn't
Yes,
sign
sir.
the Mighty
Now,
Cloud. He would not sign the Mighty Cloud.
Linda Johnson,
Huh.
Dwayne Morton, Renee Whitlock, and if I missed anybody, thank y'all so much for being on the Isaac Lindsay Network. My sister, Dr. Sarita Glover, is online with us as well.
Okay.
Thanks for checking in. Um, and thank you, Brother Mark. You know, I come on Mark stations quite a bit in Lorain, Ohio. And I want to thank
Okay.
the WNZN family for being an Isaac Lindsey Network affiliate. I get a lot of calls and texts and emails and inboxes from people in Ohio, and
Hmm.
sometimes it's funny because they'll text me or they'll inbox me when I'm on the air, but they don't realize I'm not live. I when I record, it
Right.
sound like I
Right.
record it. I make it
Hmm.
sound like I'm live, but y'all,
Exactly.
I don't
Exactly.
be there at the station.
Mm.
Um, One man told me, "Man, you gotta quit fooling me like this, man. You playing some good music though. You playing some good music."
Oh boy.
Isn't it
Yes,
amazing though
sir.
with technology, Jonas, how God has blessed us, man? And I tell people, see, I'm
Hmm.
old school radio. I started in radio when the only way you were able to do a recording or record a show was on a reel to reel. And most of
Hmm.
the times when you recorded, the most that you could pre-record would be an hour, 60 minutes.
An hour.
Yeah,
Hmm.
after 60 minutes, the tape will run out. So
Hmm.
you had to have somebody sitting there monitoring the tape to
That's
make
right.
sure it didn't get tangled up.
Hmm.
But now,
Yep.
man, God
Because
has
it would
blessed
get tangled.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next phase of technology was the cassettes. And we could
Hmm.
sometimes have a 2 hour show on cassette. And then after the cassettes, we could go up to 80 minutes on the CDs or on different
Hmm.
CDs. And now God has fixed it to where we don't have to have anything but a computer,
Hmm.
a phone, an
That's
iPad, or
right.
some kind of tablet. And we're
Hmm.
basically able to do our show from ever
From all over the world.
we have
Where
internet. If we
where
have internet or phone service, I tell people all the time,
hmm
I can be on the air in Timbuktu as long as I got service.
That's right. That's right. Long as you got service and you running, that's how.
Yes,
And
sir.
that's something that's something that I'm probably going to do at least one of those days of the showcase.
Yeah, we got
Um,
to do that. We got to do it.
setting up a media room in a sense. We just have to figure out how we're going to do it. Cause I'll be hosting, you be hosting. We just got to figure out that downtime
Right.
on when we can get it done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be starting to shoot my own documentary. Basically talking about my experiences in gospel music over the past 36 years, 36 or 37 years. And I think I'm going to try to get some footage while I'm at the Ecclesia for my
Hmm.
documentary. So I might even put a camera, put a microphone in your face while you're there now. So, as they say,
Just let
be
me
ye
know.
also ready, buddy.
Be ye also ready. That's right. That's
Yes,
right.
and now I know that you're touring right now with the Christian Airs, with Paul Porter and the Christian Airs.
Hmm.
And man, I want to tell you, I think I may have mentioned it to you before. You all were somewhere in South Carolina, man. Y'all had some bad jackets on, Doc. Yeah, y'all taking that dressing now to another level. Now you know I'm a dresser. I like nice clothes. Where y'all
Oh
get them
man.
jackets from, man?
We got them jackets out of Carolina. Them some Carolina jackets. They wasn't around our parts, so that's for sure. They were. We got them
Hey,
from Carolina,
and you can tell. And sometimes people ask me, they say, "Hey man, where do you shop?" Chicago.
Chicago. Cause I got a thing, man. We got a store around here called Looking Good. Well, you know about Looking Good here in the city.
And look, it's
You think
good to look good, but you just don't want to look like
Doc,
everybody else.
nobody else. You thinking you sharp walking in church. You got three more other jokers with the same doggone suit
Look
on.
like
No,
y'all a group, like y'all getting
a
ready to
group. Come on,
sing.
Doc. Yeah, so I know, and that was, and here's the thing. Paul picked it out. It
Well,
was a coat that Paul.
I got to tell old Paul Porter he did a good job, man. He did
Yeah,
a
that
good
was.
job. Now tell us about your current single that is out.
Well, actually, the EP is getting ready to drop.
Okay.
Uh, it's already now on YouTube, but the single is entitled "Miracle," featuring the late but great Keith Wonderboy Johnson on it as well. It's just one of those songs that is starting to gravitate. It has now reached number 59 on Billboard. Thank you, Jesus. And it's just slowly. We thought it was gonna grab a little faster, but it's slowly catching. catching on. So we're now number 59 on Billboard, and it's doing good, man. It's doing good. We don't sing it much um because Paul, we be in other elements, and when Paul get into his zone, he going straight to work with the hits. He going straight. Well, Paul. You know how he coming. So just like in Carolina, that South Carolina run, we didn't do miracle, but it's starting to catch a little hold to us. So just keep praying for us on the journey as we continue to give y'all this new EP to coming out, and then the new project is getting ready to drop real soon too. So just a lot that's going on, man. A lot that's going on,
Now,
and this
do you know the song titles of the EP songs?
oh yeah, I do know.
Give
Miracle is on there.
give us some
Miracle is
exclusive information, man.
Miracle is on there. Let me get my gadgets together here, man, and I can give you more insight.
Okay,
The new version of I Got a Feeling. Uh, there's a new version. I got a feeling, good old feeling. Everything's gonna be all right. There's a new version of
okay.
that. Uh, Let me make sure. I'm trying to get it here, dog. I'm trying to get it. Uh, Golly, what the song is, Lance? I'm asking you like like you know.
I ain't heard it yet.
Uh, that's okay. Here it is. Everything's gonna be all right. Uh, that's the new version of that. The new version of what did you do when the Lord saved you? Then Paul re-released
Dance.
that he re-released that, and then he re-released the song with him and uh, uh, Rance Allen. So it's basically songs that Paul felt as if they didn't get the push that they should have been pushed on
Okay.
when he was on a certain record label. I won't call the name, won't disclose the name, but they just didn't give him the push that he needed. So he just feels as if "What Did You Do" was a good song that should have caught on, and then "If There's No Tomorrow" featuring Rance Allen, I think that was one of
Yeah,
the
I
ones.
used to play
Because
both of
yeah, Paul is one of the one he believed in production, and he believed in giving you one of them tearjerker songs. So if there's no tomorrow, is one of them tearjerker songs that puts you in a place of there, the Christian Asway. So yeah,
them. Okay.
so be on the lookout for it. It's now on YouTube. We're just waiting on the green light from the digital outlets like iTunes and stuff like that.
Okay. Now, a lot of people may not know it, Jonas, but you're an accomplished musician and as well, not only a singer.
Mhm.
Are you playing on any of the projects? Or you just using your vocal instrument?
I'm just using my vocals, man. I don't. They trying to get me to play. They trying. I'm talking about they trying hard. They, but it's just some. I think that element,
I think you.
that element of me.
Yeah, what's your
Go ahead,
buddy name that's in the trio with you?
Darian.
You and
Darian
Darian, I
Evans.
think y'all having too much fun. I think, look, I was watching y'all somewhere, man, and y'all had some mighty clouds of joy moves going on. Yeah,
Doc, it's like we just had the moments, man. It's just I have fun, and then you got Paul there. Paul crazy. It's just like they pulled a stunt on us in Silicaga, Alabama. We singing, and then we look up, doggone sparks coming out the ground, and Paul looking like, what is this? This fireworks are so they got fireworks coming out of the stage. So it's like the chemistry, man. The chemistry is there, and then we have fun. Uh, we still minister through song, but we have fun.
well, Doc,
It's
you are not gonna be around Paul Porter and not laugh.
yeah, Doc, you gonna
I
laugh
tell him all
any
the
given time.
time he may have missed his calling as a comedian because
He got this thing now. If you tell him something and just like he didn't know Big Baby played guitar, he just knew Big Baby played bass. He
right,
said, "Ain't nobody tapped me on my shoulder and told me nothing. You supposed to tap me on my shoulder and tell me." So it's like in the moment because he just whatever he say is gonna be crazy. Whatever he's
right,
it's just and I get a joy out of it. I was done after Joe Gunn passed away. I was done
right.
with the road person, but I ended up. being on the, I went out to MC, and I went out to sing with Tim Woodson, and
Mm-hmm.
Paul Porter and Christian Air was on the show. Their middle singer didn't come. When I walked into the dressing room just to put my shirt on and put my coat on, he was like, "Jonas, man, you want to help me tonight?" I said, I'm here to help Tim Woodson. I'm a spare tire with Tim Woodson. I'm going to be a spare tire with you." So he said, "Man," he said, "You know the music?" I said, "Man, I grew up on the music." And then he said, "Man, I just need your same middle." And from that point on in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, man, and I've been there ever since. I've been
Hey,
there ever
you
since.
still helping out.
I'm still helping out.
Well, that's
Still
a
helping out,
blessing,
man.
man. And Paul's a dear friend of mine. In fact, Paul Porter is somebody else that's been a very intricate part of my history because
Mm-hmm.
this year will mark my 37th year as a professional radio announcer. And Paul Porter and the Christian Airs did my very first anniversary. And I can say it now because we were so young. You know, groups
Mm-hmm.
didn't charge like they charge now.
Well, come on, talk about
Christian
it.
Ayers did my first year anniversary for $500.
Good God Almighty!
Hey,
Wow.
I can't get Paul Porter to come by himself now for $500.
Five, not at all. Mm-mm. Well, Lindsay, it don't make sense. It don't make
Right.
sense. You want me to come all the way to Chicago, Alabama? You want me to? It don't make sense.
Or look, or he'll tell you, you know what, man? Um, call Miss Frenton. Call Miss Frenton.
Call
Call
me
Miss
friend.
Frenton. And you know, see, I'm an artist, so I'm gonna give y'all some
Mm-hmm.
secrets when we tell y'all to call our booking agent. That just mean that price ain't got there yet,
But,
and we don't want to tell you.
see what Miss Fred
See,
to tell you. See what see. But yeah, he gonna say, "Oh, let me call Miss Fred," and then he gonna say,
right,
"I ain't gonna do it."
right. Look, I tell them to call Miranda. Call Miranda. See what Miranda say back.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I thank God, Miss Fred too, man. Miss Fred to keep us in line too, man. She makes sure we at every venue on time. She just, if we ain't on time, you talking about Skylar Patterson talking about $5. Like when you heard them in their pocket, like but then I thank God, Miss Fred. She about her business now.
But
She
that's
about her business.
important too, man. You know, we've gotten away from a lot of the basics,
Mm-hmm.
um, especially when it comes to being on the road, man. You know, when I'm like you, been out here a minute, and it's just certain things that the old guys. I grew up around the old guys. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
if you're on the show, I was always taught if the show started at 5, you make sure you in the building set up at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
When
Yeah.
the doors
3 o'clock.
open, you're supposed to be there 2 hours early with your table
Yeah.
set up already,
Yeah.
not setting it up.
That's right.
You know,
I
so
meet up time. I don't care if the program is 7 o'clock. I meet up time. We got to be at the church at 3 o'clock. And that's just how it's been. We got to be at the church at 3 o'clock. It's just
and when
since I've
those
been
old groups
there.
see Jonas, when I first started touring, I'll never forget the first two groups that I went out with was Willie Neal Johnson and the Keynotes and Robert Bland the Violinaires. We did a Windy
Mm-hmm.
City Spiritual Airs. We did a tour with them, man, and we were late, maybe on the second or third date. And Robert Bland looked at me when I walked in. Once a low, always a
Mm.
low.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just
But just
hurt my little feelings, man.
it's just being on time. And I think what'll be the difference too, Lindsay, with that, if we stop as promoters, if we, well, not, I know you don't do it, and I know I don't do it,
Hmm.
putting on 12, 11, 12 groups, and then if you cut it down to 4 to 5, you cut down that the people want to enjoy, I guarantee you, and then you start docking them, make sure that stipulation is there. Maybe on
Now,
time.
this is something we may need to have a whole show about this, but this is something that just gets on my nerves.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
my mama would say, make my ASS itch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make it each.
That's
Yeah,
what my mama would say. Now, I ain't
yeah.
saying, but that's what my mama would say. How is it that groups that come from across the country,
Mm-hmm.
from
Can be on
DC,
time.
Chicago,
Come
and
on,
everywhere
come
else,
on.
can
Can
be
be on
on
time.
time? But
But
the
you right around the corner.
groups that are at home in the same town, in the
Yeah,
same city, how do
yeah.
you explain being late, man.
Then you want a dressing room. Then
Right, man.
you want a dressing room.
Doc.
You want all these stipulations, and you come on, Doc. Come
Ah, they
on,
want
Doc.
some water fried and baked chicken
Yeah,
and
they want a
and
chicken
a
plant. They
fruit
want
tray.
come on. And I'm not saying you can't get that, hey man. Listen, if you know you number one on this show, get here so we can start on time. You the
Right.
hold up. The promoter ain't the hold up. And then my people will get mad when they say, "Well, hey, well, Doc, I'm gonna go home now. Doc McKenzie's song. If that's who my headline is. If I say, Doc, you ready to come up, and he tell me, yeah, all right then, go ahead.
Yes, sir,
I'm gonna
Doc.
call you up.
And
Yeah,
and close that boy at the same time. Or he can
at
open
the
and close.
same time,
Let's
open and
go.
close. You done missed your opportunity. You missed your opportunity. But it comes. It should have a. We should do better as promoters with that. We just got to say, well, hey, Doc, you ain't on time. You just I'm gonna take some of your money. Our old preacher used to tell me, hurt him in the pocket. You hurt him in the pocket. Now you'll see the difference now.
Hey
George
Jonas,
be on time.
do you know George Scott? Did you remember the promoter George Scott from Birmingham?
George Scott. The name sounds familiar. It
Well,
probably
he
just
used
been
to
a good
promote a
minute.
lot of big events, man, and he could also be a little shady.
Yeah. Okay.
But he broke
Okay.
me up from being late. I want to say probably 30 years ago.
Mm,
We were doing Tuscaloosa, I think Birmingham, and maybe Atlanta with him for a weekend, and he was doing it. I think it's Tommy Ellison and the Singing Stars anniversary. But
mm-hmm,
anyway, we were late. Windy City Spirits Labs. We were coming from Chicago, but we were late in Tuscaloosa. The show started at 7, and we may have gotten there like at 7:30. When we pulled up in front of the place with our nice
mm-hmm.
van and trailer, hey, dude walked out the door and said, "Go to the
Keep
hotel."
going.
Going to the hotel.
Ooh.
I
Ooh
said, we
wee.
here. He said, y'all late. He said, you can't even come in my show unless you pay.
Oh,
He did, Doc. George
Mister.
Scott said, if y'all want to come see the show tonight, buy a ticket like everybody else. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow night in
Man,
Birmingham. He said, you might be on time in Birmingham.
I can
So,
only imagine how that felt.
yes, sir, Doc. Just hurt my little heart. Look, mess
I
with
could,
the budget for the weekend.
yeah, I
but
can only
but that
imagine,
old
man.
man,
But
that old man taught me one thing. If you want your money, you better be on time.
be on time. Be on time. If I'm
So
paying you, especially if I'm paying you, period, be on time. You should be
right.
on time.
So we got to get
Yeah.
back to that, man. In quartet.
Hmm.
What's next with Jonas Q. Ross, man? I know you're doing your radio show. You're touring with
Man,
Paul Porter and the Christian Ads. You got your own social media show. You got your
hmm
own graphic artist
yeah,
business now. And for
yeah,
those of you that don't know, even my blues folks that's on here, my blues single,
yeah.
the person that designed my cover and that put me out there is Mr. Jonas Q.
Hmm.
Ross. So,
That's right.
what's next with Jonas Q?
Man, right now I'm focused on getting everything done for this building, Lindsay. I'm about to do a everyday podcast. So
Okay.
it's going to be an everyday podcast with different things, different people that to come in to interview. So I'm getting the building set up that God is in large territory that I moved into. I've come out of the house and I'm going into a building. So I went into the building. I'm in the building now. So it's just a lot of things that I'm trying to do, man, to keep it clean
Hmm.
and to keep me busy because I don't want to do a lot of foolishness. I want to talk to some. I want to be able to talk to some city representatives, the mayor. So that's the purpose of me just stepping out into, I guess, a level of journalism in a sense, but not so much of journalism. So I'm tapping into a lot of stuff, man. I want to do a lot of I want to do before I'm 50. So, and this is one of the things I want to do. I got 7 more years before I get there, but I want to do before I'm 50. So yeah, that's one thing. And then uh, I'm in cahoots with this radio team here in the city. to try to get not WNL, WESY
Okay.
back up and going as far as a gospel station, because they're sitting on I think they told me it's like 5,000 watts or something like that. So they're sitting on 5,000 watts on a AM side, and they still will reach over there to Dumas, Arkansas, farther that way to Arkansas. And I think it would come some spots on a good sunny day would hit down there in Lexington. So I'm still trying to weigh that out with them. But
Now,
that's
is that
basically what I'm
one
trying
of
to
the
do.
stations that's owned by Attorney Tony Baldwin?
That's right. So
Okay.
all they're doing right now is just playing music. They don't have nobody, no program director or nothing like that. That's in the room with them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be great, man, if you can bring it back. And we need radio. People,
Yeah.
and I've seen some folks say on social media that radio is irrelevant and is dying and
Mm-mm.
all that. And, it may not be as popular as it used to be, but you still turn on your radio when you get in your car.
Doc, I say this. I think you talked about. I said this
Uh-huh.
to you before. Radio is the real social media. How you look at it,
Absolutely.
because you still got Muddy and Pawpaw still alive. They ain't a lot of them ain't listening to Facebook. They ain't listening to Instagram. But they don't know nothing about it. So what
Right.
they gonna do in the house? They gonna turn their radio on. So I want
Absolutely.
we still gotta cater to that audience. And I call them the ticket buyers. You gotta cater to the ticket buyers, because there's a lot of people that say, you know, I heard it was a program last night, but I ain't know nothing about it until
I heard it
So
on the radio.
I head on. Come on now, come on. But it beats saying we not heard it on the radio. Let me go see what John and the guy in clouds got going on. So that's hit radio up, hit them up, hit TV up. That's another thing. That's the real social media.
And listen,
If
folks may not realize it, but sometimes radio and TV advertising is cheaper than the
it's cheap,
social media
hmm it is.
advertising. And
It is.
social
Where
media
I'm.
advertising, I'll say, it is good. It allows us to be in places around the world that we normally
Hmm.
would not be in. But now,
Right.
when you're trying to reach a local, centralized audience
Right.
in your area, it behooves
Yeah.
you to go see your local radio station.
You got to think about the demographic. You got to think about the demographic of where you are, and who you can reach from your demographic, and then you advertise on Facebook. If you saying I'm gonna advertise $25 for, I'm gonna boost my post for $25, you ain't reaching but maybe 500, 800 people. So you got to
Right,
keep boosting that up to at least get to 2,500 or to 3,500. So you got to keep boosting that number up. So
right,
you ain't really catching no audience that way. You're not really
right.
catching them. Yeah. And
And
then you
I'll
and then
tell
if the
people this,
algorithm is off.
man. Listen, I've been doing radio now, like I say, for 37 years. And God has blessed me to meet so many wonderful people,
Hmm.
presidents, first ladies, um, billionaires, millionaires. I mean, God has put me in the room with a lot of wonderful people that have done business with me, that have helped me to feed my family. I've been able to impact the lives of people.
Hmm.
Jonas, I talked a lady into not committing suicide. She called me
Wow.
while I was playing a song, and she said, Pastor Lindsey, I want you to pray for me before I kill
Hmm.
myself. And I said, kill yourself? Why would you do that? And she started telling me about all the problems that she was having. She crying on the
Hmm.
phone talking to me. But while she's talking to me, um, I text the late DJ Big Money,
Hmm.
Alfonso Greer. He was one of our announcers
Right.
at the time,
Right.
but he also worked for the county of Holmes County, and he also worked for the city of Chula. And I asked the lady, I said, what's your name? She gave me her name. I said, now, where do you live at? She said, why? She said, I live in Chula. So when she said Chula, I text Big Money, and he knew exactly who she
Hmm.
was. I said, man, I need you to take a unit and get the police, and y'all go knock on this lady's door. and talk and because she said she getting ready to commit suicide. So as I
Mm.
was playing music, she called me telling me that the song had blessed her, but she still felt like because of the pressures of life, she didn't want to be here
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Um, and they knocked on her door, and when she came out, she just bust into tears. And
Mm.
later on, that lady called me back, and she said, "Pastor Lens, do you realize you saved my life?" I said, "Well, that's exactly what I was trying to do. When you told
Right.
me you were
That's
getting
right.
ready to commit suicide, I couldn't take you telling me that, and then I don't
Mm-hmm.
just stop what I'm doing to make sure that
Make sure you
somebody
are.
at least
Yeah.
attempt to do something. So that's one of the
Mm-hmm.
greatest things that I'll say that's ever
Yeah.
happened in my career, and that actually happened, and several people from the Chula area were able to witness it. And that lady's still here; she still supports me,
That's what's up.
and
That's
blesses our radio ministry. And then not only that, Jonas, I was playing a record one night. This is what makes me still stay doing overnight radio. I come on 90.1
mm-hmm.
at 2 o'clock in the morning from two
Right.
until five. And most of the times at that hour, most normal people or that have folks that have a normal job are asleep. And
Mm-hmm.
before the technology, I used to literally drive from Lexington, which is about 68 miles from my house to 90.1. So right at 70 miles, round trip 140
Round
miles.
trip. Right. That's right.
Yeah, every day. I was doing that, for a minute. And then God blessed me and showed me how I didn't have to work hard, but I could work smart.
Mm-hmm.
So
We're
now I'm
smart.
able
Right.
to do the show from my home. But man, one night I was playing a song and my laptop messed up. And it just stopped playing the song in the middle of the song. And I said on the air, I said, well, y'all, that's not DJ era. I said, that's just old equipment. I said, my old laptop just quit or something. I said, y'all give me a minute. Let me talk to you while I try to get another song on to see if I can get that song back on. Well, as soon as I got off the mic, the phone rang. And the guy
Mm-hmm.
called me. He said, Bishop Lindsey, my name is Wild Bill Luckett. I'm giving you his name so y'all can verify. I said, hey, Wild Bill, how you doing, sir? He said, man, I listen to you every day. He said, I work for Walmart. He said, and I listen to you every day or every night when you come on at 2 o'clock, from 2 o'clock until you go off. He said, I
Mm-hmm.
drive from Walmart in Canton to the Walmart distribution center in New Orleans every day. He said, that's my route. He said, I listen to you, man, and you play some good music that I don't hear nowhere else. He said, so
Mm-hmm.
your music can't be messing up. I said, well, man, I said, it's all right. I said, I'm gonna get something else on. He said, well, I want to tell you this. He said, when you said your laptop was messing up, I heard the Lord say, buy you a laptop.
Come on. Come on,
that's
Doc.
that's what he
Come on, Doc.
said to me. And listen, I tried to talk myself out of my blessing, Jonas. I said,
Mm-hmm.
well, Wild Bill, I said, now my laptop is not a Walmart laptop. I
Mm-hmm.
said, I design flyers. I'm a printer, so I design flyers, I design tickets and posters. I use it for graphic arts. So it has to have a lot of memory and space. I say I also
Mm-hmm.
produce music. I record my radio shows on my laptop. So my laptop is not gonna be a Walmart $400 or $500 laptop. My laptop
Mm-hmm.
might cost $3,000. He said, sir, I didn't ask you
Mm-hmm.
what kind of laptop, and I didn't ask you what it was going to cost. He said,
That's right.
I
That's
just
right.
heard the Lord say, buy you a laptop.
That's right.
He said, so he
Right.
said, now, he said, write this number down. He gave me a cell number. He said, I want you to text me whatever kind of laptop I need to pick up. He said, I probably can get it cheaper in New Orleans. He said, and when I get back this evening, he said, I can meet you at the Target Super Center and you can pick up your laptop. Um, I didn't call him when I got off there. I got off the air and I just ended up
Mm-hmm.
going home. Well, at 9 or 10 o'clock, he called my cell phone. He didn't call somebody and got my cell phone number. Called my
Mm-hmm.
cell phone, Jonas, and he said, "Hey man, you didn't send me the picture." I said, "Oh, I forgot." He said, "Send me the picture." So I sent him a picture of my current laptop, and at about 6:30 or 7 o'clock that evening, my phone rang again, and he said, "Hey man, I'm in Jackson. Where you want to meet me at to come pick up your laptop?" So I
Wow.
done got chicken dinners. People done bought me
Hmm.
lunch, dinner, and sometimes folks are even nice enough to put $100 in a
They
birthday
will. They
card for my
will.
birthday.
Hmm.
Sometimes they put $100 in my birthday cards for Christmas. But Jonas, in 37
Hmm.
years, I ain't never had nobody buy me no laptop
Yeah. Yeah.
now.
Yeah. I'm
So
with you now.
that was a direct blessing that came because of radio. So when I hear people say that radio is irrelevant, radio is not this and that, you talking about yourself, Doc.
Yeah.
You're not talking
Don't
about the
tell me.
radio that I come on every day,
Hmm. Yeah.
because I'm blessed by the radio stations, and I'm also blessed by the people that listen. You know, not only
That's
does
right.
the stations bless me, but I'm also blessed by the people that listen. Now I know it's some folks that have helped you. Tell us a little bit about some of the things
Man,
that you've been blessed by through your radio ministry.
man, just I was just sharing with you with one of my listeners that just transitioned here recently. She did her funeral was last week, last Sunday. And
Hmm.
but before she transitioned Christmas time, I'm just, just doing any given time like I was doing. But like the week, I think maybe 2, 3 days after Christmas, the UPS man come to the door, and
Uh-huh.
it had her and her husband's name on the box. So I'm thinking, maybe it's a T-shirt or something like that, or um, and God knows, God bless the dead, and I love this woman to death. I open the box and I see the first thing I see was an Apple logo. I was, what? I was like, okay then, well, uh, and I just pulled it on out, and it just said Apple iPad Pro. Just by being who I am as uh, a radio personality, just sowing music to people. You just never know who you inspire. And then this thing here, Lindsay, it ain't no 256 gig. It ain't no 614. It's a whole terabyte. So you basically paying for the memory when I'm
Right.
buying an iPad. You buying it's the memory you paying for. Listen here, man. And I'm so peacock proud about it right now because here's the thing. I was gonna invest in one, but God said no. Like he said, I'm gonna let somebody bless you because of your faithfulness. And they told me when that lady passed away, that hurt me to my heart because I just knew how dear she was to me, how much she supported. I'm sure she's been on your show a few times. Betty Bass Dunmore.
Oh,
When she
absolutely.
transitioned, man, it was just it was she wanted like she was a part of me, but then she blessed me before she transitioned. So God is faithful, man. And then here's the thing: them sanctified handshakes, them old Baptist handshakes, sanctified handshakes, whatever you want to call them.
Yes,
You
sir,
know,
Doc.
that I'm sitting in a restaurant the other day, and somebody said, "Hey, Jonas," and they just calling my name. I said, "Hey," and the lady come and say, "You the Jonas from the show that I see on Facebook?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." I had a hat on, I had a skull on my head and everything. I said, "Yes, ma'am, it's me." She said, "It sure is you." She said, "You just don't know how much I like to see you bouncing in that chair." I said, "Really?" And she said, well, "I got something for you. Come on, follow me to my car." That lady gave me two crispy $50 bills. I'm talking about they were so crispy, like they had just come out the press, out the, out the press. They were
She went to the
crispy.
bank, Doc.
And she just said, "I just want to be a blessing to you. You just keep doing what you're doing." And then I got some listeners out of Birmingham, Alabama. Man, there's not a week that goes by, and I ain't talking about no $5 or $10. They dropping, my phone bill. I'm basically I ain't paid a phone bill out of pocket since they've been doing, since they've been doing it.
Wow.
I just thank God for the blessing of the people, man. God knows He's good. He's like that.
Listen, I tell my church all the time, Galatians chapter 6 and 7, if you have not torn it out of your Bible,
Come
says,
on, come on.
whatsoever a man soweth,
What?
that
That,
shall he
that,
also reap. When you
yeah.
keep blessing people, you obligate God to bless you because
Hmm.
He's no short of His word. His
That's
word
right.
is not going to return void. And
That's
that's
right.
just a simple life principle. As long as the
Hmm.
earth remains, we're
That's
going to
right.
have. seed time and we're going to have
And
harvest time. So
harvest time.
I want to encourage all of my radio sisters and brothers, and I've seen quite a few of them come on here. And even all of our friends that are in multimedia, if you're in radio, if you're in TV, and even if you're in just social media, I want to encourage you
Hmm.
to keep on sowing good seeds, because when you do that, God is going to find a way to be a
Hmm.
blessing to you and
Yeah.
your ministry, man. And
Yeah.
I'm just grateful and thankful for what He's doing in my life now. There's some other events that are happening, Jonas, and I think we need to at least mention them. Now, we talked about
Okay.
the Ecclesia Showcase, but we
All
also
right.
get ready the week after that. After we leave Ecclesia, we normally
Golden Triangle.
head to Philadelphia for the Golden Triangle Music Awards. And
That's right. That's right.
it's going to be big this year. And isn't it amazing that
Hmm.
the church is open to having a gospel music award show
Yeah.
um, at the casino?
At the casino. At the casino. That's
Yes,
right.
sir. Doc. Now, do you have all the information? Do you have the new flyer?
I don't have the new flyer, but I know a few
Okay.
things on top of my head. I know a few things
Okay,
off
go
my
ahead.
head. I do know it's going to take place on March the 8th and the 9th in Philadelphia, Mississippi at Pearl River Casino there in Philadelphia, Mississippi. You can see it
Pearl River
here.
Resort.
That's right, the Pearl. I mean, Pearl River Resort. Listen, on that event, you're gonna see and hear a whole lot of dynamic artists. It's called When Quartet Meets Choir, or Choir Meets Quartet, something in that realm, but it's in the same category. You're gonna have an experience from Angie and Restored out of St. Louis. Meant by God. You're gonna have. I should say meant by God, sent by God. It will be there as well. Harvey Watkins Jr. is gonna make an appearance on there. They tell me Flossie is coming back for that one as well. So hey, man, listen, I just say you just get in the seat, and then it's gonna be hosted by Pastor Darrell Pettis and Pastor Lisa Noel Smith, of two dynamic up and coming artists. Well, they are not up and coming, but they still have a groundswell. And also the media room will have a host as well. Harold Turntine of the Harold T Live will be there serving as well. So we're in for a treat at the Golden Triangle Awards. I ain't booked my room yet, but I think I need to go and jump on it before it's too, before it's
But
too
see,
late.
that's another area that's kind of close to me. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I used to be able to stay out all night and stay away from home, I've
Mm-hmm.
moved my mom to my house with me. So, and when I'm gone, sister girl be looking for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yes,
Most definitely, I'm sure about it. Yeah.
but that's a blessing.
So.
It's a blessing to even hear my mother say to me, baby, I
Mm-hmm.
miss you. I miss you when you're
Yeah.
gone.
Mm-hmm.
And when I leave, even when I leave to go to work, and I always go. I say, hey, mom. She'll be in the room with a nurse, and I say, hey, mom, I'm getting ready to go to work. I'll see you later on. She said, okay, baby, be careful out there. Don't be gone too
Mm-hmm.
long, baby. Don't
Yeah.
stay gone too long. She tell me every time I walk out the door, don't be
Yeah, man.
gone too long, baby. I'm
Yeah,
50
yeah,
years
man.
old. My mom's still telling me don't be gone too long.
Don't stay too long. Don't stay too long.
Don't stay too long, Doc.
Don't stay too long.
So that is a blessing. So I plan to come. I don't know if I'm gonna stay
Okay.
at the resort, but I do plan
And I
to
know
come.
I'm gonna do one day. I don't know if I'm gonna do one day. I'm not sure. Because
But
I'm gonna
Freddie
try to.
Lee Poindexter is another
Hmm.
guy. He's one of gospel music's unsung heroes.
Hmm.
He uses his own time and resources.
Yeah,
Um, and it started just promoting announcers and promoting artists
that's
and
right.
choirs and
Mm.
preachers from you know from the Golden Triangle area.
Golden Triangle area, in
But
Columbus,
now,
Starkville, West Point.
yeah,
It's all over.
hey
It's
man,
all over the United States
the Golden Triangle Music Awards have turned
now. Hmm.
into I almost look it's a mini Stella now. And it's
Because people
just as
people excited.
professional.
Yeah,
know,
people
it's
excited. They be excited about it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just
They,
as
they,
professional, man. You know, he does an awesome, awesome job. And for
hmm
people that don't know Freddie Lee Poindexter, he's a member of the Mississippi Mass Choir,
hmm
and he helps so many people. You know,
That's
he's
right.
just a real good all around guy. And
Yeah.
I've been supporting the Golden Triangle Music Awards for a long time, and
hmm
it is absolutely my plan to be there with them during the event. I see Miss Hattie Ringo on here with us.
Kinfolk.
The Kaiser singers,
Kinfolk.
and said and called me a mama's boy. I'm absolutely a mama's boy. You know, always have been,
Oh boy.
always have been.
Yeah,
I ain't even ashamed to say it.
but listen,
Uh,
see, but I know Freddie Lee from way back in the day. See, a lot of
uh
folk don't even remember when Freddie used the same background with Stephania
that's
and
right. Oh
Supreme
yeah,
Voices.
look,
So
before the Alabama girls,
yeah, yeah.
Stephania, what was in and the spiritual was it and the voices?
Supreme Voices. Supreme Voices.
Supreme Voices. Yeah, I
hmm
remember them, and they are an awesome, awesome group. What's up, Loud Shumpert, 106.9 FM Chicago. Thank you, man, for coming on. Who else is on here? Let me see.
Mrs. Jackie
Rodney.
Wade Day. That's she's the great support of everybody. Mrs. Jackie
Oh
Wade
yeah,
Day is all from Flint, Michigan. Now. Well, not Flint, Michigan, from Lansing, Michigan. That's
yeah,
where she's
and she
from.
has family from right here in my
That's
area,
right.
right
That's
here
right.
in Lexington, Mississippi. Great, great woman of God. And I certainly thank and praise God for her. She's been a great supporter of me and my ministry for a long time. And
hmm
that's Magic Johnson's mama's best friend, next door
Best friend.
neighbors, I
That's
think.
right. That's right. That's right. I was privileged to even meet her and his brother. Uh,
Okay.
they look so much alike. I'm like, whoa, is it? But he's short. Magic is tall. He just a little shorter, but
Oh,
they
okay.
look so much alike. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Now, after the Golden Triangle Music Awards, what's our next event? Um, I'm trying to see what else is national that happens.
Well, I know I do know. I think that's March. I know in March 31st, we're in Little Rock.
Okay.
Us, the Bolton brothers. I can't remember who else is on that show. That's gonna take place in Little Rock. And if you know anything about the Bolton brothers, they've been recreating the groundswell of the music ministry of the Bolton brothers.
Man, them Bolton brothers are just, man, they rough, doc. That's all I can
Oh,
say.
look at here. Ella Michael Boom Mama's on tonight. I got to put Ella Michael Boom.
Look out now. Look out, Miss Christy Boone. Um,
Oh
in
boy.
fact, let's acknowledge everybody that's here with us that we can
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Now we can't see some of y'all because we're on YouTube also. But a
hmm
super shout out to Laquita Green, Chad Barnes. That's one of the Soul Boys,
hmm
and we're praying for Brother Tony Mays and the passing of his mother. The other
Wow.
half of the Soul Boys, Miss Felicia Boone. Thank you so much for coming on, Miss Mildred Hartley in Cleveland, Ohio, dear friend of mine. Again, Rodney Williams, Prophet Rodney Williams. Now, Rodney Williams is the lead guitarist on our Live in Bama project by the Windy City
hmm
Spiritual
That's right.
Lads.
That's
Yes,
right.
so Rodney is a dear friend, and he's a great, great producer, writer, guitarist in his own right, and great pastor. Kesey Monet has a new single out. I think it's called Love
Yeah,
Suit.
I saw her. Listen, I saw her on a picture the other day. Didn't know who she was till I got to reading and seeing. I'm proud of her. God bless your heart. Keep
Oh
doing what
yeah,
you're doing. Keep
Kesey's
doing what you're
doing her
doing.
thing, and her husband
Yeah,
Brady
yeah,
Smart is
Brady. Yeah, that's right.
also. They both are great, great singers in their own
hmm
right. And listen, I'm blessed to have them also in my group and band, the Soul Music Experience, and they'll be with me. I'm booked in Lexington at the Holmes County Multipurpose Center on
Okay.
March 30th. And then the Alphas, Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity booked me on April 13th in Greenwood at the Civic Center. So they'll be there with us as well. And we're looking forward to that. Super
What's
shout
up?
out to Deborah Oliver, Michael Bruce, my radio brother in New York, he says I got to get down south. Yes, sir, Doc. Down south is where it's at.
You supposed to be at the ecclesia. You supposed to
That's
just pack
right.
on down and come on to the ecclesia, Doc.
Come on
What you
down,
waiting
home.
on? What you waiting on,
Um,
Doc?
Elder Teddy Cross is online with us, man. Look
The
out,
bishop?
Pastor Teddy Cross.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Um, and Teddy sang on our Live in Bama project "One More Day," which was one of our most popular songs. He did that with us. But I miss Willie Neal hitting Teddy upside his head with that handkerchief and that towel.
Tan him up.
Well, Willie Neal used to
Tan him up.
beat Teddy's head to death, boy.
You used to beat Teddy's
Um,
head. You used to pull Charles' hair.
right. Davita Gallion Green, thanks for coming on. Let me see who else is here. Susie Long, Savonia, Benny Allen, Joshua Richardson. Again, Miss Hattie Ringo from the Kaiser Singers, Cedric from the Kaiser Singers, Dwayne Robinson, Alan, videographer Pubes. Thanks for joining us. Ella Payton, Calvin Brown, Jay the Gospel Kid. That's another one of our radio brothers in the Cleveland, Ohio
Okay.
area. Danny T. Hayes, Deborah Oliver, Jeremy Jackson, that's my drummer. Lena Clementi. Let me see who else. Jamar Pinson, Rose Mitchell Gibson, Ronicle, Pastor Ronicle Wilson.
Hmm.
Then we got the newsman on here with us, Jonas' brother Justin M. Burks from
Can't nobody do it like Justin.
our CBS affiliate WJTV Channel 12, and Justin is also the one of the main videographers, I believe, is going to be at the Ecclesia Showcase this year.
Yeah, I
So
think so. I think he will be. I
it's
think so.
gonna be a professional. I think he
Hmm.
absolutely is doing the live stream, so y'all know it's
Okay.
gonna be professional.
Okay.
Cynthia Sample, promoter, E.A. Anthony, Thomas Lee, that's my minister of music, Thomas Lee Keys, Jennifer Lindsey. That might be my cousin. Hey, Jennifer. Danella Scott, Daryl Hobday, that's another one of our radio brothers. Pastor Bruce Nix, that's my dear friend and brother. Glenn Jordan, Von Greer. I missed somebody. And my phone, my finger's too big. Made it go back down to the beginning. Let me see. Um, I stopped it. And somebody. But listen, we want to thank y'all for taking time out of your schedule. Jonas and I are testing equipment, and Jonas is training me on how to put up some graphics and stuff while I do my show. I don't like for people to beat me too much. And sometimes
Well,
when
you
I'm
know,
watching Jonas's show and he putting up all these fancy things behind him, I say, I want to learn how to do that too. So
oh boy.
I'm in class.
Yeah.
Anna Limas, thanks for coming on. Oh, we got the legendary Richard Gibbs. Now, y'all don't know Richard Gibbs. Richard Gibbs, first of all, is the son of the late Inez Andrews. He's a great,
Don't move the mountain.
and his dad was also one of the soul stirrers. And
That's right.
Richard is also the former MD with the late Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin.
That's right.
And
Aretha
now
Franklin.
he is the organist for
Yeah.
Pastor Shirley Caesar. So Richard is a legendary musician
A
and
legend.
just a great, great guy. Super shout out to Tavon Goodwin, Precious Five, Meeks, Marlene Cross, Sarita Wright, Marie Darby Pickens, Leslie Smith. We kind of drew the Saints out tonight, didn't we, Jones?
Yeah, I
Uh,
think we did. They came a little toward the benediction, but
yeah,
they
right,
showed on up.
right. Kimberly Michelle Blount, Shirley Ann
Listen,
Jackson, Sharice Shazer, Miss Latrice
look
McElroy, Rashida
at
Lachey
Michael Bruce.
Coleman. Um,
Michael Bruce talking about he need training as well, Doc. I'm going. That's you know what that ought to be something I need to start doing. Just whatever you need to learn, I need
right.
to do a course. I need to just go and do a course on an OBS, Switcher Studio. Need to do it
On,
all.
hey, you might need to do that online, and then you can at least get paid for the
I,
video.
I know.
Um, Sheba Ann Webb, thank you for coming on. Barbara
Mhm.
Zolokaffa Mays, Rosa Johnson, Evangelist Billy Cooper, Ruby Parker Shields, um, Do you have any groups from Milwaukee? I don't know if any groups are coming from Milwaukee. Any groups from Milwaukee coming to the Ecclesia?
If anybody that I know, probably Russell Smith and
Okay.
his group. Yeah.
Deborah Hill, thank you for coming on. Dr. Dre, Intelligent Tycoon Coles. That's a heck of a name there. Dr. Dre, Intelligent Tycoon Coles. All right now.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Let me show y'all some of the little fancy stuff Jonas has showed me. Y'all know I'm a little Jonas. I got my own little graphic too. I
Come
got
on,
a
Doc. Come on, Doc. You just got to put that in the intro. When you start at the intro, Doc, you good.
yes. Look, I got a couple of little things that I
Come
can
on,
add
Doc.
to the show now.
Come on,
Yeah,
Doc.
y'all see it.
Come on, Doc.
So
Just,
we we
just
we
make it
just
work. What
we just
we
trying
just
to
have.
upgrade a little bit, and
Doc, just have fun with this stuff, man. Here's the thing, because you can't mess up. Because there's always a home button. You can't mess up.
that's right. And look, Jonas,
Yeah.
let me see if I can get this spot right.
Kosciuszko, Mississippi, get ready for the big Aquarius Bash and Concert. Saturday, February 3rd at the Atala County Coliseum. Featuring live performances from Adrian Banger,
Let me take care of you.
P2K to Diddy,
Gotta make a U-turn.
Jason
I
May,
ain't really trying to be a side
Jeter
piece lover.
Jones,
You gon' rock that bad.
Barack O'Reilly,
You must have got it from your dad. And he
Cold
making them
Drink.
Body rock.
Plus, Go Gillis, Tiffany Rachelle, and Ted. Hosted by Lion Larry. DJ Big A will be in the mix.
Oh yeah.
Doors open at 6:30. Showtime 7:15. Pre-sale tickets are only $40. Security strictly enforced. This event will sell out. Get your tickets and tables today by calling 662-289-5374. That's Saturday, February 3rd at the Atala County Coliseum, 550 Highway 12, Kosciuszko, Mississippi.
Hey, Doc.
If you're looking
Hold on.
for
What's
me, I'm on the way. I'm only down the street. Coming for a good time, but not a long time. Hey, yo, what up? It's your man B2K, February 3rd. Kosciuszko, Mississippi. Me and my family coming, y'all, so y'all get them tickets, get your tables. February 3rd. Come on down.
all right,
What,
Jonas.
what do they tell Veronica? I said, hey.
Well, I won't be there. I'm actually
Oh,
booking another event in
oh boy.
Hazelhurst, Mississippi next Saturday. So um but yeah, I had to that's
He
right, sis.
said.
Sis say he had to play the commercial to show y'all what he done learned. That's right, man. Uh hey said I
Oh
ain't
boy.
local no more, man.
Oh God.
I'm trying to pro out here on y'all. I wish I had another one I could share with y'all, but listen, y'all will be seeing the little upgrade on my show. So I appreciate
Oh,
Jonas taking
good
time out
God.
to
Good.
show me what I need to do. And let me also let y'all know one more time. We're gonna show y'all the Ecclesia Showcase Extravaganza information. So just in case you missed it in the beginning, we hope that you will come out and be with us on February the 29th through March the 2nd for the Ecclesia Showcase Extravaganza. I think is this the 22nd year, man?
The 22nd year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hilton and Jackson. Look at Jonas talking about being flesh. Hey, Jonas. Now you know when you hear them kind of spots, you know somebody done drop some money.
Somebody to pay
So
some money.
listen,
I already know.
listen. If you want, let me plug this. If you want your commercial played on the Isaac Lindsay Network, all you
Look,
got to do is
look.
hit me on my inbox, and I'll let you know
I played
exactly
that one with
what the
the
rates
one
are.
you sent me, the one you gave me, the one that Danny sent me with Calvin Richardson and all that stuff. Man, I played them spots. They paid y'all. They paid me. It didn't take away from the gospel music. All I
N-
did was play the spot, play the advertisement, and I just went back to the gospel music. And they didn't change
Not
nothing.
at all,
And
Doc. It's the way we help pay the bills for what we do now. Um, I'm trying to see. Yeah, this is the event I'm going to be at. I'm going to be in Hazelhurst on next Saturday at the same time that
Okay.
event is going on. But that lets you know when you're kind of influential and you know you got people listening to your show because even though they know you're already booked somewhere else, they still support what you do.
Hmm.
So that's where I'll be. I'll be at Club Oasis in
Okay.
Hazelhurst on February 3rd, next Saturday. And they're
Tell
also honoring me along with some other great artists. So it'll be my first time in Hazelhurst, Mississippi. And that is a Southern Soul and Blues event. Not gospel, but I will be there. I will be there. And I'm man, look, Jonas, I'm grateful. I booked two good, as they say, I booked two good shows today.
uh,
I booked
book on.
two real good shows today. And you know, it used to be a
Hmm.
time where I would say people at home don't want to pay you your price. Well, they paid me today.
Doc,
Glory to
they don't. They
God.
don't. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, Doc. So
Hallelujah.
I'm grateful that he's enlarging my territory. I wish I had my I don't have my CD cover for my last project, the one that you did for me. I don't think I got it in this phone. Man, I wish I would have put that CD cover in
Well, it's
this.
all right. We'll get them next
Yeah,
time.
we'll get to it next time.
We'll get them
But
next
hey,
time.
man,
We can
man,
see.
it's
We
one.
see it over. See it,
Jonas, it's
man.
1 o'clock in the morning, man. Man, I did not
It is.
know.
You done pulled me out the bed and you done held me 2 hours.
Well, Doc, I'm gonna have to be a blessing to you for
Man,
your
bless you, man. Like I
training
say,
and
and I'm
your
gonna give you that.
time.
I got to give you this roll and go mixer too, man. So I got to. I guess when this weather decided if it's gonna rain a week, snow a week, be hot a week, it's been warm all week and raining. But I get down and get that roll and go mixer so your
Oh,
audio can come through.
Jonas,
There you
I
go.
am proing tonight. I don't care
Come
what
on,
y'all
Doc.
say, man.
See it. This
I,
Montana prawn.
I
He
found it.
prawn this Montana tonight. Well,
Now,
yeah, he
ladies
prawn
and
this Montana.
gentlemen, if y'all don't have my new single, there it is, right there. And that particular CD cover was designed by the one and only Mr. Jonas Q. Ross.
Yeah,
It's on
right.
all digital outlets. Isaac Lindsey, Workout at Home. You can even go listen on YouTube. It streams on YouTube as well. It's on your Apple Music. So y'all be sure and check it out. And I promise you, it will bless your soul life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, if you
Yeah.
like soul music, if you like R&B, and all my music is clean, you know, but it's good, entertaining music, and I'm grateful that somebody paid to hear me sing. You know, folks don't have to do that, so you know when they do, see when people invest their money in you, they got to like you some kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Even your haters, if your haters are buying your records and coming to your shows, they got to like you some kind of way.
Even if they streaming it, if they don't like you, they streaming it. They still show if it's a strong 3 seconds. People don't understand if it's a strong 3 seconds, you
Yes,
still get
sir.
the count for.
You
You
still
still
get that count. Yes, sir, Doc. So I'm grateful, man, and
get.
I'm also grateful. You know, I've been doing cover songs, but
Mm-hmm.
that this is my first original single, and God has been blessing me to really
Read that.
um,
Read
open
what
up
said.
and do a lot of things with this song. What do you say? Hey Tyrone, what kind of workout you do at home? You know, I go to the gym.
Look at Ella like a boom mama. Ella like a boom mama. Look
Hey man, go listen to the record. See, that's all I'm gonna tell you.
at.
Go listen to the record.
Felicia Boone said something too, man. She on she on it too.
Just messy. Just messy. It's quite
Felicia
a few
Boone say
workouts you can
workout.
do at home though.
Wait a minute.
See,
Oh
everybody else talking about leaving. I'm telling y'all, y'all stay together and work it out.
yeah,
Work out at
working
home.
out. Mm-hmm.
That's the basic theme of the message. Work out at home, but it's a good song,
Uh,
great message, up tempo. You gonna like it. So
Felicia,
y'all go listen
Felicia
to the
Boone said,
song. I ain't
"Look,
gonna tell
Felicia
y'all
Boone
the
said they don't like working
storyline.
equipment. That's a bed.
Let me show them that cover again. Y'all see,
Yeah,
Jonah showed
I,
y'all the workout equipment
I
on the
put
CD
that
cover.
bed in there for. I put that bed in that room for a reason.
Hey,
Working out
Jonah,
at home.
you
Huh?
captured the essence of the song, Doc.
Yeah, go in that room. Hey, open that door. Get in that room. Open that door. Get in that room. Oh boy. Mm, mm, mm. That dog.
Oh,
These jokes finna cut up, man. This joke finna cut up. Whew. Work
yes,
out at
sir.
home away.
I ought to play it for y'all, but I ain't gonna play it tonight. I want y'all
Oh,
to go go play it in my playground, boys. Listen to it on your own
oh boy.
time.
Play it on your own time. Yes. Oh. Mm.
All
Oh boy.
right. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. Don't y'all forget about all the events that we mentioned. The
That's right. That's
Ecclesia
right.
Showcase Extravaganza, February 29th through March 2nd. The Hilton Hotel in Jackson, Mississippi is the place to be. The week after that, we will be heading to Philadelphia, Mississippi for the Golden Triangle Music Awards. And
Mm-hmm.
we're looking forward to seeing you there. You can get all that information at gtaawards.com. Then don't forget, tickets are already available for the Mother's Day celebration in Jackson, Mississippi. On Friday, May the 10th, we want to see you at the Jackson Convention Complex with so many wonderful artists: Pastor Shirley Caesar, Pastor Donovan Perkins, Pastor Mike Jr., J.J. Hairston, Small Fire, and more. And we'll be telling you a lot more about that on our radio show. Then we're also getting ready for the world's greatest Mother's Day Gospel Bowl coming to Chicago on Mother's Day, Sunday, May the 12th. We hope to see you there, and we'll be telling you a lot more about that great event. But Can Spirituals, Doc McKenzie and the Highlights,
That's right.
Bolton Brothers,
Bolton Brothers. That's right.
um, Jackson Southern Airs, Willie Banks Jr., and the Messengers, God's Posse, Exciting Holy Sons, Arthur Sudden, Gift of Praise, Victory Travelers, Joanne and the Homineers, the Hoskins family, the Towns Girls, and yours truly, Bishop Isaac Lindsey, and my good friends, Minister Tim White and Evangelist Nelson Larkins. We're going to be hosting that great event, and we certainly hope that we will see you there. And listen, before I go off, also, if you haven't done so, I need y'all to go vote for me at the Rhythm of Gospel Awards.com. I'm nominated in several categories, along with my group. I'm nominated for Radio Announcer of the Year, and then my group is nominated in five different categories: Quartet Song of the Year, Quartet Group of the Year, Male Quartet Group of the Year, Best Recording Artist with a Featured Soloist, and best male vocalist. So y'all be sure and go vote for me there. And if you haven't done so, if you've been to gtaawards.com, you can still vote for me for Radio Host of the Year. And I salute all my other brothers and sisters who
Right.
are a part of that award show as well. And again, I want to thank God for my friend and brother, the legendary, or the legend in the making, the one and only Mr. Jonas Q
Oh,
Ross.
bless your heart.
And
Bless your heart.
y'all can check Jonas out. He comes on the Isaac Lindsay Network and our family of stations every day, Monday through Friday, and even on Sundays
Mm-hmm.
on WAGR 102.5 in Lexington, WXTN AM 1000, Benton, Yazoo City, WONG FM 105.5, Canton, Jackson, Madison, and
Mm-hmm.
WONG 1150 AM, Canton, Pickens, Gluckstadt, and Ridgeland. So y'all be sure and check out my good friend Jonas Q. Ross, and
Right.
I want to thank him.
Listen to me.
Hmm.
I said,
I want to
listen
thank you,
to me.
man.
Look, you got a comment, man. Listen, look at what Elder Michael Boone Mama said. Look at what she just said. That. Look at what she just said.
Isn't Isaac the same one that say, "Oh yeah, bedroom therapy"? Oh boy, I wish I could pull up that commercial.
Oh boy. Look, now said, man, I ain't grand. I'm just still. And I talked about y'all the other day, Miss Betty Bass Dunmore funeral. I mentioned y'all, man. But yeah, I ain't grand. I hit like I'm still learning. I ain't hitting no two dead fly smash
Yeah,
out here on this teacher's journey.
he
No,
he just training the old folks to learn how to do this young folks stuff. I told him I feel like my granddaddy when I used to have to show my granddad how to use his phone and stuff, man. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I'm still able
right.
to learn. That's one thing I learned even from my grandparents and from my mom, is that you can always learn something new.
You got
Always
yeah.
remain teachable. And if it's
Mm-hmm.
anything I want to remain, Jonas, I ain't never been the type of person to think I know everything. I want to remain teachable. But yes, Miss Boone, I sell bedroom therapy. In fact, I even got a website. Now,
Whew.
look, Jonas, folk be laughing,
Look,
but I
yeah.
can't tell y'all the blessings of let me just say it like this. The Bible says the blessings of the Lord make it rich and add no
It's
sorrow
flesh.
to it.
It's that
So,
fleshy juice.
ain't
You
that?
selling that fleshy juice.
That's that noni juice now. That you
Ooh,
see right behind me, that noni juice. Charles
yeah.
Evers. I think
Mm,
Mr. Evers was 95 years old. And
mm.
he said because of that juice right there,
Good God about it.
This is Charles Evers. Charles Evers said because of that noni juice, any woman that's over 45 is too old for him. And he was 95. Yes, sir, Doc.
Oh boy. Oh
So
my God.
that noni juice,
Mm,
but that noni juice has a lot of great benefits, not just
hmm
to help your manhood. If you have
It's kind
high
of like
blood
sea. It's
pressure,
kind of like sea moss.
yeah,
It's kind of
yeah.
like
If you
sea
got
moss.
high blood pressure, any kind of inflammation in your body,
Hmm.
if you have diabetes, that noni juice can help change your life. I promise
Yeah.
you. And then I got another. I even got a CBD product. Now, I'm gonna tell
Look,
y'all
look, look, look,
something.
look.
Yeah,
He got everything.
yeah. That CBD. Is you remember the guy that used to travel with Lee Williams that would say, "Stop the
Hmm.
pain before the pain stops
Hmm.
you."
Hmm.
He used to have balm gel, so that product is similar to that balm
Okay.
gel.
Okay.
It's a topical cream. You rub it on yourself, and it will heal whatever pain you're having in whatever area. Right then, it works instantly, and I know it works because I use it with my mom.
Yeah.
And then I also had those drops. Now, Jonas, those drops are dangerous. I didn't know how dangerous those drops was until one day I had a headache and I took
Hmm.
some of them drops. I woke up 3 days later.
Oh no, I don't want that kind of stuff. Uh-uh.
Hey,
Mm-mm.
Doc, them CBD
No.
drops, and
Mm-mm.
CBD is it's a natural product, and CBD is
Hmm.
basically a product that is similar to marijuana. So
Hmm.
it can be kind of dangerous if you don't
Yeah.
use it properly. And I didn't use it
Nah,
properly. And Doc,
I'm,
I was
I'm gonna
asleep
stay
for
where
three
I'm at.
days.
Hmm. I'm gonna stay where I'm
But
at.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
I try to help my people, man. Because
Yeah.
I've never been on any kind of medicine. I'm a natural guy. I try not to take
Hmm.
any kind of doctor's medicine whatsoever. My mom has
Yeah.
about 20 pills that she has to take every day. I just don't want to ever
Mm.
have to live like that and
Yeah.
be where I'm dependent on medicine to keep
Medicine,
me
right?
well and alive. So I try to do stuff naturally. Said you was a kite. No, I was an airplane. Said I was a jet plane. Doc. I
Oh
was a
boy.
spaceship.
Yeah, I also, I'm still in partnership with Goldie Gummies, and I
Okay.
still have my regular. are regular people that buy the Goldie. And some people say it didn't work for them, but then you got some people that still say it works as the ashwagandha, of course, the actual apple cider gummies. Then they have now for the green for your digestive system. Then they have one now for your skin tone. They have a full beetroot gummy. It don't taste like beets, but it's a full beetroot gummy. So it's just a lot of things we do. And and that's a part of residuals too. That income from them Goldie gummies, man, that's been pretty nice to me, Doc. I
Well,
ain't
listen,
really been
man, I
saying
need
much
you to
about.
send me some information on it because I definitely want to support you because
Okay, okay,
I buy the beets. I actually use the
mm-hmm,
beet gummies, but I buy it from a
mm-hmm.
company called Humanin or something like that.
Oh, right, mm-hmm. I know who
Um,
you're talking about.
but yeah, I get it. Get it from them. I used to buy it from the health food store.
Yeah, but it
Uh,
helps. Like I said, all of it helps. Even so, what they were looking for the apple cider to help them lose weight. No, it wasn't no weight loss thing. It was to suppress your appetite. That's
okay,
what the apple cider does. Is to make you not eat so much. It once you take the two in the morning, take the two in the evening, it starts to. But you got to be on a regular regimen when you're taking it or chewing them rather. So yeah,
okay.
you just got to keep it going. Yeah,
All right, man. Well, listen, y'all. We have given y'all 1 hour. The
Avava.
old folks didn't say hour; they said 1 hour
Yes,
and
Lord.
56 minutes.
Yes.
And the hour is far spent. Oh, Jones,
Yeah.
we got to talk about this. We got to say something about it. Hey, man, what
What's
do you
that?
think about what happened at the National Baptist Convention joint session this week?
Dr. Young is a hometown boy.
Uh
I just think what he got there and said was a bunch of buffoonery because I know, everybody know. When them three, you can't, when you hit them three little dots on that side of a post and that little tab drop down,
huh.
hit that delete button. Ain't no
Now,
such
Jonas,
thing as nobody.
are you really saying that you think somebody at the National Baptist Convention deleted that video on purpose, man?
Is your name Isaac Lindsey? Is your name? And then he got to talking about, oh, I have a great friend that's on the Federal Bureau of Investigation in Mississippi. Hey, this in Tennessee. What that got to do with uh it's Mississippi. Tennessee? Yeah. But anyway, I just think you can't delete no unless the video is flagged, you still get the notification to say, well, it's flagged, or I'm gonna still keep it up. Or if the
Right.
video was taken down, go to your Meta, go to your Facebook Meta business page, go to your content, because it's still there. Go to your content and repost the done video. Somebody you ain't gotta find no IP, you ain't gotta find none of that. Somebody hit them three little dots, or click them three little dots. That tab dropped down and deleted that video. And I believe it was that joker that stood up there with his arm folded the whole time that was in his phone. I believe he had something to do with it. He didn't have no remorse, no nothing, just there. He made me mad with that big old suit on, just standing there, just looking so but you can't deny the fact that she preached that Montana now. She
Hey, Doc,
she had
didn't she she walked tall amongst the men, Doc.
yeah,
She walked
yeah,
real tall. And
yeah.
and
So I that
I don't understand why in 2024 that
mm-hmm,
men are so accepting of women in every other area
mm-hmm.
except as leaders in the church.
But
And
this is what not to cut you off, Lynn. I'm gonna
uh,
say this. He has a Pastor Jerry Young's stepmama is a pastor here in the city. She pastor a church. Pastor Hattie Young is her name. She pastor a church here in the city. He's been to the church. She's been over there with him.
mhm.
So but you made what you said or what you stated. It was very contradictory because you told a woman that you would be there, but then you're gonna make an excuse. Oh, I've been in board meetings all day trying to keep Trump away. Come on, Doc. Come on,
And
come on,
see,
Doc.
people didn't really get what he was saying when he said he was trying to keep Trump away. What he was trying to say is that there were people in the convention who wanted to start an insurrection just like Trump started
I
in
get, I
in the
get it.
Capitol, you know,
I get
because there were some people that were fighting mad about a
it.
woman coming to preach at on this platform. Because you got to look at it also, Jonas. Can you imagine how many guys that have aspired to have that platform or have aspired to
Hmm.
have an opportunity to preach? And so now here it is, you've skipped over me, and instead of allowing me a chance to shine amongst all of these other great
Yeah.
pastors and preachers from around the world, y'all have the audacity to put this
Yeah.
woman up here. So that's why a lot of those jokers was sitting up there, man. They felt like, she in my spot.
Yeah, some of them can't preach their way out of paper bag, and I ain't talking about them. Just talking about the truth. I'm telling the truth. I know some of them personally that I saw in the camera. Some of them can't preach out their way out of paper bag, but then you gonna try to hurt this woman by. But thank God her church was on top of the game when it came down. Her church put it back up on their page. So who if you gonna delete it, uh, you can't delete it now because it's on. You just can't. Ain't no video finna just leave. You've been in social media enough long enough to know that it
Right.
ain't just gonna up. If you flag, it's gonna show you that it's flagged. Or if it's they ain't just gonna take it down like that. They hit them three little dots again. 1, 2, 3. Page drop. Went on down to the bottom.
And say it
Delete.
was a hacker. That
I
hacker
ain't
is
gonna.
a member of the National Baptist Convention.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And then
You
this
ain't.
is the
You
other
can't.
thing, Jonas, man. I just think, and this is my opinion. This is not law, as my partner Harold
Mhm.
Turrentine would say. But at the end of the day, the Word of God says, "In the last days, I
That's
will
the
pour out
Bible.
my Spirit among all flesh,
Hmm.
and your sons and daughters will prophesy."
That's
And
the Bible.
anybody that has not been under a rock, I believe, should be able to see that we are actually watching Revelation. We're watching the
It-
last days,
It's unfolding.
according to Scripture,
It's
unfold and
unfolding.
play out
Unfolding.
right before our very
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah,
So,
Lens, I say this. I say this too. I'm saying
mhm,
this is another conversation that can go on all night. But
mhm.
here's my thing. You say women can't preach, and I'm gonna get very, very. I'm gonna try to keep it. Well, I ain't gonna get. Thank you, Lord. If you
Say
say
what you
women
will,
can't
Doc.
preach,
Say what you will.
if you say women can't preach, or women can't carry a message, or whatever, or you say women can't pastor, but there was a woman that carried the word, and her,
Absolutely.
and her name was Mary. And then there was another woman that gave a word to the disciples after Jesus rose. So who was that? Ruth had a word. Claudia had a word. All these other women in the Bible had a word. It wasn't. We take things. When I was in first grade, there was a thing that we were reading on called reading comprehension.
Yes, sir.
The Bible. The Bible is true, and I ain't writing not a word in it, but the Bible is true. And I think if you read enough to know, God will give you the comprehension that you need about on the word. Because if again, Mary carried the word. She carried Jesus, man. So what you talk about this other stuff for? Can't no women, can't no get no hey doc, ain't got no woman tell me nothing. Didn't your mama tell you something? Did your mama tell you to learn the 23rd Psalm and gave it to you? Did your
Yes,
mama
sir,
teach you
Doc.
right? Come on, Doc. Come on, man. Don't be so narcissist, whatever you want to call the word. Don't be a narc. Don't be manipulative when it comes to God's word, because a lot of people are lost, man, for real. A lot of people are definitely lost because of misguided communication out of the Bible. Instead of them again having proper reading comprehension, man, come on, Doc.
A lot of
We
people base their opinions also just on what somebody else says. That's why it's so very important that we follow the word to study,
come
to
on,
show
study.
thyself approved,
Come on,
or workman
a
needeth not be
workman that not be
ashamed,
ashamed,
rightly
rightly dividing
dividing the word of
The word
truth.
of truth.
Now, someone said to me, I had and listen, I've gotten a lot of, I won't say I've gotten into trouble, but I've lost fellowship with a lot of brethren
Mm-hmm.
because of my stance on women and ministry.
You,
Um,
you
one
ain't lost
year,
no sleep.
not I ain't lost not a bit, not a bit, Doc. And listen, and you can see how fat I am. I'm blessed, abundantly blessed. But
Come
listen,
on
man,
now.
um, I had one pastor that came to do my anniversary one year, and I had a lady on my flyer, and this dude just got himself gonna check me, and you know, well, I listened to him for a minute. I said, "Hey, man," he said, "Ain't no woman been called to preach. I don't care what you say. You can't find that nowhere in the Bible." I said, "Well, no,
Mm,
there was never a woman that preached or pastored in the Bible. I cannot find that, but I
mm-hmm.
can show you several instances of where God used women in
Use women.
leadership
Yeah.
mightily." I said,
Yeah.
and he said, "Well, you can't prove one been called." I said, "Negro, I can't prove you been called. All I can do is take your word for it."
Listen,
and
you
and I
know.
am not the spiritual police. It's not my
Come on.
job to police somebody else's calling. But if they say that they have been called by God, and
Yeah.
God is using them, and I can see that God is effectively using them to change
Mm-hmm.
lives.
You
Jonas,
have.
I would be very, very naive and in to allow someone else to give me their opinion or push their thoughts and
Mm-hmm.
opinions
Yeah.
off
Up
on me
on you.
when I can see
Right.
the effectiveness. And see, that's the other thing, you know, why
Mm-hmm.
a lot of men have so many problems with women in leadership is because in a lot of cases the women are
Mm-hmm.
more effective. Hello,
Come,
the
come
women,
on. And this,
you know, and
listen.
because they can't get the response from people
Mm-hmm.
that women get. They can't rightly exegete the word a lot of times the
You in
way
the Holy
that
Ghost.
women do.
You, you
They
definitely in the Holy
would
Ghost. You.
rather use a false narrative of
Mm-hmm.
what somebody can't do when the
Yeah.
Bible still says I can do all things through Christ
Things through
which
Christ
strengthens
that
me.
strengthens
And
me.
God used a donkey.
Come on.
God used the crow, and
That burning
He
bush.
said, and
Yeah.
if we don't praise Him, that the rocks will
The rock.
cry out. I just believe that
Come
God
on now.
has more esteem in the woman that He has created, and that He will
You
use the woman before He will the rock.
come
So
on,
I
Doc.
wholeheartedly support women in ministry. I'm gonna keep booking them. I'm gonna keep fellowshipping with them,
Mm-hmm.
and the brethren that I've lost fellowship with, that don't want
They
to
heard.
preach for me or
They heard.
come, you know,
They heard.
it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I remind them. I had to tell a guy. He said, "Man, I never had you preach at my church again." I said, "Listen, Doc, I promise you, I got my own church."
You got your own
and
church.
and I asked him this. I said, "Let me ask you this: when have you ever heard me ask to preach at your church? I don't ask
Mm-hmm.
people to preach. I don't ask people to sing. In fact, if you don't invite me, and you've been knowing me a long time, Jonas, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
that guy that's just gonna show up.
That's right. That's right.
I'm
That's
like
right.
Jesus. I'm coming by invitation only.
Invitation, Doc. Come on, Doc.
if if I
It's,
don't get invited, I'm not the pop up kind of guy. I ain't gonna pop up at your house.
yeah.
I ain't gonna pop up
It
at your
costs you
church.
nothing. It costs you nothing to stay at home. It
Hey,
costs you nothing to stay at home.
Jonas, my
Nothing.
slogan, one of my slogans for 2024 is, "It don't cost me nothing to stay at
Mm.
home. It
Come on,
won't
Doc.
cost you nothing to leave me alone."
Leave me alone. Come on,
That's
Doc.
it.
And this is another thing. This is another that I think I can say. We quote the scripture, and a lot of scriptures are true. Well, the Bible is true. When we say this, we quote this. Uh, 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 it just slipped my brain. But when you The Lord will raise up a nation that will obey Him. The reason why the Lord will raise a nation that will obey Him, we use that as children, and I think and that's children overall, God's children. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the parable that we want to say little bitty babies or whatever, but that's talking about God's children, the overall. The reason why he going up, he's raising up a nation because a lot of these men, preachers, pastors, prophets, bishops, or whatever, they're jellybacks. So yeah, he
Right.
gonna raise up a nation that will obey him. So that's another reason why. Hey, the women got more power than like you just did. I know a lot of women got a lot of power. A lot of
Just
women. They
call it
think
like
like
it is, Doc.
Barbara Calloway out of McKinney, Texas. If you've never heard of, I'm talking about, she's straight up legit, Doc. Straight legit. She come to our church every year. I know since I've been there for the past 2 years. She's been there what 4 or 5 times since I've been there. Barbara Calloway is her name. She ain't no joke
Well, Jonas,
at
it
all.
was a lot of women, that. In fact, I don't know if you might remember. I used to book Ruby Terry. I used to book
Mm-hmm.
Quita Lums,
Mm-hmm.
a lady from your hometown, Gail Patterson,
Gail
uh,
Patterson, right? Mm-hmm.
Dorothy Norwood, Shirley Caesar.
That's right.
Man, if it is no way you can deny the anointing that is on the lives of these
Mm-hmm.
women of God.
They
So
got it. They just got it.
yeah, they
They
just
just
like I
got it.
said, they just got it, Doc. So
Yeah.
um, before I take it back, I add more to it and
Come
uh,
on, Doc. Come on.
add new. Add one thing that Young did say that I agree with, especially if you pastor a Baptist church, we work autonomous. So um, what you do at the church that you've been called to, and what I do
Mm-hmm.
at the church that I've been called to, is my business, and yours is your business, and the
Yeah.
business of the members who support those particular churches. So
What
if
they
y'all
put in
don't
place,
support
right?
it,
Mm-hmm.
that's on y'all, But
Yeah.
don't get mad at me because I do. You're not paying tithes and offerings at my church. You're not
Mm-hmm.
supporting. You're
Come on.
not helping us care for our building and bless our
Mm-hmm.
people. So what the young folks say? Do you, boo?
Do
Do you?
you? Do
That's
you,
it.
Doc? It's,
That's it.
yeah.
And don't get mad at me because you see God blessing me. Don't get mad
That's
when
right.
you see God blessing women in
Mm-hmm.
ministry. It is what it is, and
Yeah. You can't deny the fact. You
sometimes
can't
you
deny.
can get right or get left. That's it.
Yeah, because these women still gonna do what they want to do as far as giving the word, because they gonna bring it, bro. I just said they gonna bring it hands down. They just gonna bring it.
And
Yeah,
listen, if I'm wrong, what they say, we'll understand it better by and by.
better by
But
and by. Mm-hmm.
I think my heart is right when it comes to my convictions and my thoughts
Mm.
on women in ministry, and that's the most important thing. Well, look, Jonas, man, it's time to go to bed, man. We've been on here
Yes,
two
sir.
hours
Yes,
and
sir.
13 minutes.
Yep.
Thank you to everybody that's been here with us, and I want to publicly say thank you to Jonas Ross for my training on my new equipment. Y'all are going to see a more
Look at that. See,
improved version.
you see that? You see that?
What?
They probably gonna do. There you go. I know you probably couldn't see that. You gotta look at your phone for that.
Oh, look out now. Okay, the balloon. Look, see, now, I got to learn how to throw them balloons up.
And
But
then they
look,
do something else too.
I'm
Hold on,
I,
no, they do this. That's right. No, do this.
uh,
There you go. There you go. There you go. I knew.
look out, Doc. Yes,
Oh
sir.
boy. Yeah.
I'm learning now. I'm learning.
Yeah.
Look, Jones, I even got some hand claps for you somewhere. Let me see.
Come on, Doc. Come on. Oh, you fancy over there. I ain't programmed nothing in my little device. I just go. I turn on and go. That's all I do.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Well, get ready for improved version of the Isaac Lindsay Network, and maybe Jonas and I. Look, man, we might need to do this again. We might need to start us a little
Just let me know.
podcast together,
Let me know
man,
when you're ready.
and
Let
just
me know when you're ready.
have some conversations about some things and bring some people online. I have Google. I don't have Alexa, Miss Wade. Um, my room door is closed. I was gonna holler and say, "Hey Google, what time is?" And Google,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Google, tell me everything.
Everything,
Everything.
all of the tell you things. Siri, all of it. They'll plead their case for you, doc. They'll
That's
plead their
right.
case.
That's right. So I'm grateful for the technology. Grateful for the opportunity to share with everyone that's been with us on this late Friday night, Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably come back on later today and tell you about some other great events that we're part of. And y'all continue to listen and watch the Jonas Q. Ross page for great information and inspiration. And tune into the show. Now, what's your website, Jonas?
www.jonasq.com.
All right.
It's getting redone, but that's should be up. I don't know if it's up or not, but www.jonasq.com.
All right, and y'all can find me at isaaclindsey.com. And I want to
That's
thank
right.
you all for joining us here on the Isaac Lindsey Network. You got any departing words, Jonas?
Now I just want to say much love to all the listeners tonight that has been on. Let me get this right. If it's gonna do it, it may not do it. Let me see if it's gonna do it. There you go. Much love to all the listeners. Thank y'all. So that's
Jackie
enough
Wade
tonight.
Day said, please do this again. So we might have to come
Okay.
up with us a little. We might have to go and make us a
Yeah.
evening show. There it is. There's the love. The love.
Yeah.
Now, what you doing that
Yeah.
on, Jonas? That's I got to. You gonna have. You can't be doing this stuff and not teaching me while you doing it now.
You know, it's an iPhone thing. So I think once you start doing the hand gestures, you can start doing it on your when you do your phone. Well, now I think I'm on
Now
this thing, so
I'm using my iPad as the main source for switching
so
everything.
try to do a thumbs up in front of your iPad because I'm on my iPad too.
We'll see if I click off this switch, it's gonna end.
Just do that. Do that on your camera right now.
I'll just hold up my thumb.
Thumbs up. Just sideways, like it's like the actual emoji. Do it sideways. You can bring it back. Bring your thumb back. Come on back. Back some more. Like you be taking your pictures when your fingers be like this.
Uh-huh.
Bring your Do your thumb like that.
I'm local.
Yeah, turn it back up. Turn your thumb up.
All right.
Yeah, let's see.
Let me see
It
what
ain't good.
happens. That may
It
be
ain't good.
because I'm on this.
Yeah,
I'm using the iPad as my main
Ju-
source, and then
yeah. That's probably why.
I
That's
have
probably
this
why.
camera as my second source.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
probably why.
Yeah.
But we getting it
Yeah.
together, y'all. Y'all can look for a new and improved Isaac Lindsay Network show. And I want to thank my trainer tonight for
You doing
his
good.
help and assistance,
You doing
the
good.
infamous Mr. Jonas Q. Ross. Y'all give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. People clapping for you tonight, Jonas.
I appreciate it.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a
All
wonderful night. I'm going to go off with the same song we came on with tonight. We're both glad to be
right.
in the service. Listen, my name is
Well,
Isaac Lindsay, and I hope you know who you are. My prayer for you is much love, much peace, and many blessings. Remember, I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. But if you don't love me, you better not die. Till next time, I'll holler. And remember, I'm just like David. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. I'm glad
that's
to
right.
be on
That's
the
the
ground and not have the ground on me. But most of
Come
all, I'm
on, Dave.
glad to be in the
In the
service.
service.
Y'all have a wonderful and a very blessed night.
Peace,
Aloha.
everybody. Much love to y'all. Much
We
love.
appreciate you so much for being a part of the Isaac Lindsay Network. And we want to encourage each and every one of you to come back. Well, I lost my song, so we ain't going off with a song tonight. So this is Jonas. This is Isaac Lindsay and Jonas Ross signing off. Y'all have a wonderful and a very,
Much
very
love.
blessed night. Thank you for
All
joining
right.
the Isaac Lindsay Network. Thank you, Jonas, for being a part of the show.
All right. Anytime, Doc. Anytime.